Gabe has hot potatoed me the sickness. I will be doing the sick
I didn't
voice
do
acting
this.
today. You
Instantly throw it under the bus, I say.
Damn.
Didn't even
I
waste
need
a fucking
look.
second.
I need to
Just
figure out.
nope. Gabe fault.
I don't think ailments are transmissible between robots and dragons. Okay, man. You caught something else. This is not my problem.
I mean, if anything, I caught what Bianca had because Bianca was literally sick. No, I also not transmissible over 100 miles. But no, I think if anything, I went to the grocery store on like Monday and might have caught something there. But
Probably.
that, or the alternative is that I overworked myself a bit over the weekend since we did a lot of streaming over the weekends. Not that much. I'm not sure. There will be multiple moments today where I'll probably be having to have a lot of water and such, but overall, we should be okay.
Please hydrate.
I will be hydrating, and I also have snackies, but overall, I will be hydrating. Everything can be transmitted if you believe hard enough. Can someone transmit?
Literally not true.
Can someone transmit me some titties then, please? For the love of fucking God.
I'm working on it right now.
Believing as hard as I can, but I'm not seeing a titty download progress bar.
I'll get my best engineers on it.
Science has progressed so far, but still, we can't do enough for us. But hello, hi everybody. God fucking damn, I'm so happy that we have more of this play today.
And we have more coming this year.
We have more. Yes,
awesome.
It has been confirmed that Chapter 2 will be coming out this year, and I'm so fucking happy for it because it means I will not have to. Well, okay. There's a slight problem. It depends on when Chapter 2 releases, and by God, it's probably gonna be September, which puts us into a minor issue, which is that starts encroaching on Ace Attorney time.
That's fine. We'll take a break from Ace
Attorney. Yes, Blinn will be about 20 minutes late. He is finishing up another commitment right now. But yeah, it should be fine. We are probably just going, I believe we're literally about to go into the scene where we are like, oh, Blinn's probably taking this role. A role Gabe was originally going to take, but Gabe has assigned himself to the autistic robot child. So
yep, I've chosen to be the quirky girl that follows you around for the game. So we commit, Smile.
We commit. Speaking about committing, let me put us sorry into here. I'm going to have to fucking right. We're gonna have to do a reminder of what the fuck happens, because oh my God, so much shit, so much stuff was dropped in the first stream of this.
Okay, so
TLDR, our best friend and twink nerd boyo died.
He died. It was very sad. Morgan got a gun.
Morgan got a gun that we are not going to talk about until it comes up at a later point.
100% a Chekhov's gun situation.
100% a Chekhov's gun situation.
But if this shit does not get fired off by the end of this chapter, next chapter, the dangers will begin.
I'm also like, okay, wow. Eventually the phlegm will clear from my throat. It'll be fine. There's one minor thing where I'm like, it was said that David Asher's family like does not have family, right? I'm like, did your family disown you for one reason or another?
This
but
could be familial. This is true.
That yeah. David Asher got poisoned. Reckons to be a suicide, but our wonderful autism child Sarah refuses to believe that and has blackmailed us into doing it, into investigating it.
Blackmailed you.
We also had have to voice 3 fucking characters in one scene. Hi there, evening. Did do that.
Gamer.
Said completely deadpan.
Huh.
Sorry, I'm getting a little bit of an eepy. It'll pass in a minute, but until then I am blinking at you slowly.
Like kitty.
We also learned that Morgan is her last name. Her first name is Evangeline, which is funny. It's very funny, and Reyes immediately fucking bullied her for it. I love these streams when you're doing voiceovers. It is the primary content we're digging into, isn't it? Also, I've noticed on Blue Sky that the fucking I've noticed on Blue Sky that the End Circle team has been reposting my stuff, so I'm like, please, if they come by stream, I'll fucking cry. That's the team for this game. If they come by stream, we can immediately be like, hey, this shit is great. Thank you for making it.
Hey, I got to do that with Sorry We're Closed. It was awesome.
Yeah, if the devs come by stream, I'll be the happiest fucking bitch in the world, because that means I get to personally thank them for creating a sick-ass video game. I'm also... Hey, devs, have you heard of the ultimate... Yobies.
If
Right,
you do
got
that
it.
shit in front of the devs, I will end you.
I will end you. I forgot that our aunt is a figure, definitely a person.
Yeah, you could call her a figure.
Definitely a person. But yeah, we got the we're essentially going to be engaging in a preliminary case to basically see if this case is able to be investigated or not. Now you've had devs from one game, but how many game have the devs jumped into stream? How many games total? Oh, only that one time. Only that one time. We'll see if it happens a second time. It'll be neat if so.
I never had one dev visit, and it was very fun. I
Look,
had to tell them the game was cool.
yeah, that's like the main thing that I'm like always interested in. Like, can I tell you that your game is cool, please? Also, if the devs come by, I want to immediately ask them. I'm like, so you guys played Signalis, I'm assuming, right?
You know.
I'm making the call out positively. No offense. I love Signalis. Yeah, if they come by stream, that's gonna be like one of the second things I'll say. I'm like, one of you guys enjoyed Signalis, right? One of you guys definitely enjoyed Signalis. I have to assume at least. Sarah showed her, God, right. It's gonna take a minute. Wow. I'd have debated making like little recap session videos for this, and I'm wishing I actually did that, but I had a weekend full of Monster Hunter. So yippee. We basically are going to be researching a musician that David Asher was apparently at all close to or had hung out with recently. So we had to contact our local fucking juvenile kid to know things, and yeah, we are going to be investigating that. We stopped to look. Is this a late day stream? This is a night stream, technically. Why do you say that? Also, my god, my voice is gonna be horrible today. Holy shit. It's fine.
You're fine. Morgan's feeling a little under the weather.
Morgan's...
And you don't have to read any of the supplemental texts. You can
We'll
have
do
us
it.
do it.
That's fair. That's fair. Blinn will be here eventually. It is currently 7:44 for me. Normally see you during the daytime. I stream at all times of the week. But anyways. Yep, cool. We picked like the perfect fucking place to end off before going into another scene. Very happy about that. Amazing. 11:45 a.m., July 1st, 2086. Noble Employee Housing Building, Playdia. Penthouse dining room. Pretty quiet. Hi, I should not be here, so bye-bye. Hi, Herbie. Goodbye, Herbie. Pretty quiet elevators, huh? Dining room.
You could have taken the next one.
It's a busy building, Detective. Can't hold up everyone else on our accounts. Anything you'd like to grumble at me before I start?
Don't touch anything. I don't care that you're wearing gloves.
I have been to crime scenes before, you know. Long before the police get there in many cases.
Look, Rockford asked me to not get in your way. That doesn't mean I'm gonna bend over for you.
Do you at least have the autopsy report?
No,
Are you seriously?
I don't.
She doesn't. The report should have come in hours ago. It wouldn't take this long unless the cause of death was still...
Yeah, they're still fucky about the cause.
Then I'd settle for a summary of the preliminary findings.
An emergency call was made shortly after 8 p.m. last night via the home security system.
Let me just shrink myself down. There we go.
Emergency medical services had a VTOL in the air within the minute. They landed on the penthouse's helipad at 8:08. Dr. Asher was found unconscious with low blood pressure and a weak heartbeat. He wasn't breathing.
Made shortly after 8 p.m. last night. Okay, we know immediately Starling cannot be responsible because she said that she didn't get in until 9, right? If I remember. Miss Secretary girl. Pretty damn sure she said she got in at 9. So, was it the person who Asher was talking to then? Okay.
I don't. Yeah, I think we would need to know all of the other.
We need all details.
Been
Yeah.
associated with the case. Yeah.
In-flight auto triage administered artificial CPR while in transit to Gatesfield Memorial. He was declared dead a few minutes after being taken to the emergency wing.
I see. And the cause of death is?
Being investigated.
Make an educated guess.
He stopped breathing, so they gave him oxygen. His heart stopped pumping, so they had the machines take over. His brain activity dropped to 0, and there wasn't anything else they could do.
It was poison, wasn't it? What kind? You don't know, do you? They don't know either.
Like I said, ma'am, we don't have the autopsy report yet.
It's time for you to remember the voice you gave there,
certain it was poison, Adonai. Couldn't it have been an accidental overdose?
If he had overdosed on a commercial drug, even a pre-med student would have spotted it on the hospital's intake screening. They would have been able to pump his stomach, neutralize his bloodstream, and he would have lived.
But he didn't live.
So it must have been something deadly, a compound designed solely to kill. The fast-acting, deadly poison that causes respiratory failure. The list can't be that long. Even just through process of elimination, the medical examiner should have identified it by now, unless... You suspect a designer drug, don't you, Detective?
Why is it you're only quick on the uptake when it suits you?
Damn.
Nothing else makes sense, given what we know, and what we don't.
But the CDCA decriminalized and cataloged all recreational drugs.
Contraband's
CDCA,
Decriminalization Act. Gotcha.
Contraband Decriminalization Act, a series of laws passed in the 2090s. Sorry,
The 2060s.
2060s.
It's
Sorry,
only
I've got
2086 right now.
I have dyscalculia. Sometimes the numbers go backwards in my brain.
Oh god.
To decriminalize all narcotics use and establish a Bureau of Narcotics Oversight to administrate the production, licensing, distribution, and taxation of drugs across the country. Overwhelmed by civil unrest and eager to replenish government coffers, the CDCA were intended to reduce the backlog of criminal cases across the country and provide much-needed tax income, while also incentivizing immigration with the promise of amnesty. In what was considered a domino effect, other major nations around the globe passed comparable laws to build up their own depleted war chest and revitalize their local economies. The so-called white wave of global amnesty overturned the international drug trafficking market in just a few short years. The gray wave followed soon after, as money-starved criminal organizations waged economic and literal war against multinational corporations with dominance in the gray market. Fierce competition for government licenses to produce classic narcotics alongside a race to develop new, more powerful designer drugs and to monopolize on their sale in the months it would take the government to identify and legalize them. While rates of addiction and overdose deaths have dropped since their peaks in the last few decades, the dangers associated with untested designer drugs and drug distributors' eagerness to earn new customers has continued to fuel debate over the legacy of the CDCA and the white wave as a whole.
I love this game's world building so much. I have so much praise to give this this game's world building. Like, I just love how layered it is, and I don't know. The sense it gives me as a writer is like they're focusing on writing the main story and then kind of expanding outward as they need to, right? They're like, okay, if we want to, how do we want like drug system to work in this world, and how would things have happened? I don't know. It feels like they're kind of filling in the blanks as they go. Like they're kind of bouncing back and forth to expand on things when they need to, right? I don't know. I really enjoy the way this game does its world building. It's interesting to dig into. Don't make me do an ooh when I'm fucking stuffed up. Why would you do this to me?
Well, hit it. If you don't, M will.
Sorry, not sorry. Not me being like, do I disable that for this stream? I might disable that for this stream. Just because
You just give it M do it.
Hey,
Hey, M, you want to give them an ooh?
please do an ooh on my behalf.
Are you wearing yourself a mother, Mr. Weirday?
Oh my god. Yeah, I'm gonna
I
disable.
have that locked and loaded in the tank at all times. Don't even worry about it.
Let me also turn on my throwables before I forget, but
I gotta teach you how to. I gotta have you teach me how to do tits.
yeah, I can help you with that. I can help you with that.
Okay. Certified user of tits.
Yes.
Certified tits.
I'm very good at playing with my tits. Yes.
Alright. I
Whoa.
did ask for this.
Oh my gosh. Hello,
What a
hello. Hi, Blood Rose.
Hi.
What a time to raid in on after that line. Hello, hello, raiders. Welcome in, welcome in. I am Rinienna, your local succubusy, poison drag girl, VTuber, and variety queen supreme, and totally not sick today at all. Welcome to the Dragon's Den, a place where we love to play all sorts of indie games, and anything ranging from, you know, RPGs to Souls-likes to action RPGs to turn-based RPGs, and hi, I'm a little bit sick and I can't fucking think. Hi, hello, hello. How are y'all doing? What are y'all up to? Playing retro? What flavor of retro? What flavor of retro? And how is the new model been? How's the model been? For those who don't know, Annalise Blood Rose got a new 3D model made by Virtually Char, one of my fellow Dragons streamers. And it looks sick as hell. Love the raid timing. I love the timing of a lot of the raids I get usually, where it's like either in the middle of a bit or like right after a bit has just like reached a poignant endpoint, right? Free Space 2, space combat game, understood. I sure as hell have never heard about it. We're going to disable the ooh for now. Virtually.
You don't want me to hit you with another woo?
It's more than so that I don't feel I'm able to like deliver the ooh content today, right? Hello,
I
Char.
can do it for you.
Valid.
We could be the ooh-woos that you need.
Valid.
I
Okay.
can do when you woo and you ask me to.
Oh my god.
Oh.
After all the vitriol you had against it in the Ghost Trick playthrough, really, Gabe? I'm impressed. I'm impressed.
Changed man.
We
Yes.
call that growth.
Char is very much responsible for a lot of the things that I figured out with my model. Very much have a lot to thank Char for. Can we get a shout out for Char, please? I hate it here. Sorry, Obes. We do everything for the bet. But welcome to Of the Devil, a fantastically peak fucking murder mystery type game.
Sincerely, one of the best like fucking individual novels I've ever seen in a minute.
Hey, you want hey, you want to know a great thing? And it would be great if this is what calls the devs in. So Steam's doing a visual novel fest currently, right? They're currently doing a visual novel fest celebrating all sorts of visual novels, right? This game does not count as a visual novel for Steam's standards. This game does not count as a visual novel for Steam's goddamn standards.
It doesn't count as a visual novel. This is a fucking visual novel. What are you talking about?
They got turned off from being able to participate in the festival going on currently for visual novels.
Huh? Fucking whatever, man. Sure.
Yep. A game that is a literal fucking action RPG is currently in the visual novel fest, but whatever. This is fine. Who cares? This is how it be. I've been watching the devs have to process their stuff, process that, and just get over the annoyance of that. Anyways, move myself over here. I have to adjust myself for this one because I want to let things be free up. But yeah, hi. Please check out Of the Devil on Steam. This is an insanely peak fucking game, and yeah, God, I love this game. I love the storytelling of this game, and my God, devs, hi. I don't. Thank you for making this game. I can't wait for chapter 2 after we finish this. Right, okay. Decriminalize recreational drugs. Guess you aren't entirely clueless about politics.
Oh, hang on, I have to log back in.
Yeah, sorry.
Take a second. Crack your bones.
So whatever father overdosed on should have been in the hospital's database.
You need to update your definitions. You're confusing designer drugs with recreational drugs.
Okay.
Fine. Designer drugs. Noun, a custom-made recreational drug, typically psychoactive. Heh. Sorry, my mouth just caved in on itself for a second.
Okay.
In the literal sense, designer merely denotes any drug that is custom-made as opposed to mass-produced, typically outside of normal pharmaceutical industry standards. That's not the word that I just said, but whatever. We ball.
No, you did. You said it right.
Did I? I felt like I tripped.
No, you
but I
literally
guess I
said
did.
you said pharmaceutical perfectly. Yeah.
Oh, Lord, thanks.
Yeah, no. I was thinking it too. I'm like,
No, you said it correctly.
yeah, no.
I did it. I didn't cave in. We did it.
We did
Anyway.
it. We did it.
Lock in.
In common parlance, however, designer drugs, deeds, are illicit narcotics formulated to produce a recreational high. While the CDCA and the white wave that followed it legalized and taxed virtually all known narcotics, it did so alongside extensive documentation and study, and those laws could only apply to drugs that already existed. Any drug patented after the white wave must go through approval processes and registration with national and international authorities, a time-consuming process that could take anywhere from 6 months to several years. This time lag creates a window of opportunity where an organized criminal groups could step in to meet the demand for a narcotic. What has become known as riding the wave is the new normal for the international drug trade, pitting mob chemists against corporate laboratories in a race to develop newer, more powerful, more easily habit-forming drugs. Sorry, my mouse was in the way, and cornering the market on them before legislation catches up to them. Users also frequently search for, is Nerve legal yet? Best New Deeds 2086, Nirvana designed by who?
I was emotionally preparing myself for a D's nuts joke. I gotta be fucking real. It was there.
No.
It was there.
No D's.
No D's.
Unless Cat wants to fulfill that niche. But
Possibly.
That's your problem now.
Yeah, requiring things to take a process to register new drugs means crime groups are gonna step in. I felt it in my bones, right? I think the moment that we saw this right here, we all had the thought, right? I think we all had the thought.
Yeah.
But hi, Annalise, no worries. If you need to raid and dash, feel free to lurk in. We are just doing fun visual novel times and voice acting.
What is the difference?
Recreational drugs are decriminalized and sold through pharmacies after years of testing and mountains of paperwork. While the average designer drug was invented last week in a 19-year-old lined cook's bathroom on the other side of the globe. Hospitals can't know the proper countermeasures for any overdoses of a drug that didn't exist 48 hours ago. I came across makeshift labs all the time when I was a uniform. The equipment's cheap and wildly available. Black market cooks, gray market peddlers, and white-collar lobbyists, all chasing each other's tails in a long line to find the next big hit. CDCA didn't change shit. More people die from ODs than ever before. Only difference is, it's their families finding them in the living room, and not beat cops finding them on the street corners. Real comforting, I'm sure.
If it wasn't you talking, I'd say that was a criticism of law enforcement.
Not law enforcement, just a law.
Yeah, putting hard restrictions on things has negative side effects. Assuming it was a designer drug, that would certainly make things more complicated.
For the insurance guys, maybe. For us, whatever he used to do it, he still killed himself. Or didn't kill himself, if you insist.
I'm going to take a look around now.
Yeah, sure. Make yourself at home.
What's that face for?
I thought that there would be an outline
An outline.
around where they found Father,
Like in the movies.
like in film.
Connect to the police's network and bring up their ARCS file.
Augmented reality crime scene. I see.
Here we go again with this shit. Hell yeah.
There is an outline. And so this is where he.
He died at the hospital. This is just where the medics found him.
And it's the sensors and cameras they were wearing that create the basis for this art.
They didn't realize they were walking into a crime scene, but their body cams gather data all the same.
Where do we start?
You can start by following behind me and trying to be as quiet as possible. Thank you, Venomous Glory, for the follow. Appreciate it. I'm starting to get a feel for when she's pouting, even without looking.
Pout detected.
Pout detectors engaged.
The chessboard, and a datapad with a series of characters on it. E4, C5, and F3, E6, D4, CX, D4, and X, D4. This is
Chess notation.
a message? Yeah.
I mean, it's the first couple read like chess notation, but after that it was a little.
Yeah.
Some kind
That
of
was a
secret
bit
message,
odd.
perhaps, or...
Black has chessmate in 40 moves.
Wow, a robot that's good at chess. We ought to put you in the museum. But I'll take your word for it. Oh my god, her fucking pout. It's so precious.
She's so cute.
What do you mean? Do you not play Hadonai?
No, especially not against David.
Well, that is to be expected.
It's probably why she doesn't play. La Creatura, hi Blend. So yeah, it was just fucking chess. Just chess, understood.
Anyone who challenged Father to a battle of wits would naturally grow tired of losing.
Every game starts the same. Each player has the same pieces, the same moves, the same options. It's a true test of wit, strategy, and forethought. To me, it always seemed too
Boring?
fair. The smarter player wins every time.
And that is something you take fault with.
Of course. How's a guy like me supposed to win a game like that? I'm a fucking idiot. I can't do anything if I can't play dirty. Headcanon, there was totally a time where she would eat chess pieces. It's just a fucking chess piece eating me, but with her and David.
As it worked like it worked like once, like halfway into a match.
Yep, it worked like one time only, and David's like, are you recreating that meme from like the 2020s?
Can I tell you something? Once my friend was playing a chess match with somebody over Discord and didn't fucking notice that the other person was like getting rid of their own pieces. Until the other person pointed out, like, hey, you realize I've been taking your pieces off the board the whole time, right? It was fucking crazy to me.
That's hilarious.
Incredible.
That is hilarious.
Anyway.
Gonna sip some water really quick.
Please drink beverage.
Alright then, what else we got here? Police androids monitoring the scene. Could almost mistake them for the real thing, the way they stand there trying to look important. Like an indoor dog taking its first trip to the park.
Pardon?
Why are you looking at it like you've never seen an android before?
Because I haven't. In person.
David didn't even let you have a mirror. Brutal.
Hmm.
Just scan its GIN if you're that curious. Unless that's considered too forward or whatever. Her fucking puffed cheeks get me every time. I always admired this view. The buildings gleam with reflections of holograms and sunlight. Their shadows obscure all the rundown, rotting parts of town. Maybe the view's secondary. Maybe all anyone really wants is to put as much distance between them and the street level as possible. Gabe?
Microphone. Cooperate with me.
All good.
Is it possible that a witness could have seen something through these windows?
Not through these windows, no. David installed wide-spectrum auto tint in all his homes, all his cars.
I didn't know that.
Well, you wouldn't notice unless you were viewing the penthouse from more than...
Why did he care so much about his windows?
cared more about his privacy. Better take a closer look. Spilled alcohol. The arcs show how it looked last night before it evaporated. No foreign substances in the puddle. It's clean. So does that mean wherever this spill came from must be clean as well? Password locked, but already cracked by the police, it seems. Oh, hi, Reyes.
Sorry, I just put some snack in my mouth. Give me a second.
All good. I wasn't expecting. I thought she.
Camera like pans to Reyes' actor, like fucking munching like a cracker or something.
Yeah, raised with a handful of cheddar cheese popcorn halfway to her mouth.
She's just like,
hold on.
What? It's not like anybody here is gonna eat them. They're dead.
Raise, hold on. What's that fucking Raise? This is a crime scene. What is this? The murder weapon? Get off
my
dick! All the docs were take-home safe. Nothing spicy.
That's fucking hilarious. When was it last used?
7:48 p.m.
Still reading work.
Why is the stream so fucking heating? Hang on. It's
Wait.
on my end.
Okay.
Keep going.
Still reading work emails only a few minutes before he committed suicide. More bed. There's a lot of messages marked priority that breadcrumbed their way back to an article. Uh-huh.
Worm Android. Did we read this? I don't think we read this.
We heard news about it.
We
We did
heard
not
about
read.
it.
We did not read it in detail.
In
Yeah.
a stunning and heroic episode, one of our nation's brave soldiers had their life saved by a noble android in a way that no other competitor's product would. A brave private named Withheld was wounded during a military operation, whose exact location, nature, and location was currently classified. Leaning downly and far from the nearest tree at the station, he was carried safely by a fellow freedom fighter, an animate 16 enforcer. The few warm androids being currently tested out by the armed forces. Android didn't just sit there and wait for its evac, it opened up its own arteries of life, sending a UD synthetic plasma to the young man's veins, stabilizing him long enough for him to reach a military hospital. I would doubt he would be dead if there was any other android fighting alongside him, said one commanding officer, grasped not the name. I always thought Noble was only good at making guys that look good. Now I know they've got something inside them that no one else can compete with. The story brings a well-deserved shot in the arm to Noble's stock prices and market share. This one heroic moment, Noble's warm androids have proven themselves to be worth their price tag and then some. And people in the Capitol are paying attention. Certainly an interesting idea, Senator Mathick said when asking about committing to a military contract for Noble to provide the armed war model. The story's got people talking. If we just ignored our constituents' feelings on this matter, we'd be neglecting our duty as politicians. I know none of my peers would try to put a price on life of one of our soldiers. When additional details about the incident have remained closely guarded, the net is already ablaze of talks of, oh damn, you're not logged into
God.
this device. Why don't you pop your user details down below and enable Chrome so you can get the user experience you deserve? Give us your data, please.
Is your mic okay, by the way, Gabe? I've noticed it's a little bit like quiet and cutting out here and there. Not that. That was. Jesus Christ.
Can you hear me?
That was fine.
Mario?
Yep. That was fine. That was fine.
Okay, I know what happened.
All good. Yeah. As you were reading, I'm like, I don't know if Gabe's sick. No, Gabe's definitely not sick still.
Nope. God, no, I'm not sick.
Gotcha.
Okay, I'm real.
Hell yeah. All right.
So-
Fantastic. This is that article I've seen going around. Why would Noble have it marked as priority? Starling said they weren't in any rush to pat each other on the back over it, even though they'd won themselves a real prize. Military contracts?
Military contract. That's hella money.
Yep.
That's
They now
hella
have the
dollars.
excuse they need to pressure the military into a contract for warm androids. Can't dismiss the expensive upgrade as unnecessary now that it's saved the soldier's life. This time next year, there'll be pink oxidizing fluid being spilled all over the globe. Love that it's pink. Rose River Whiskey, 12 years old.
You recognize it?
Sure, he was more than partial to the brand. It's a good brand, only a bit overpriced, which is the bargain of a lifetime in David's world.
It appears that the police have already tested its contents. No foreign matter present was their conclusion.
Hmm.
Is it possible that the police missed the poison?
No, even if they can't identify the poison, they can detect its presence by comparing samples of the whiskey to a bottle off the store shelf.
So we can eliminate the possibility that the bottle of whiskey was poisoned.
We'll have to find our smoking gun elsewhere. I think we got everything. Oh, there we go.
Second
I was
cup.
gonna
Yeah,
say,
you haven't checked the second
I was trying to
cup.
mouse over it, but yeah. 2 cups, 1 empty knocked over, and 1 mostly empty. These look cheap. Did his guests bring them?
I've seen them before in the basement liquor cabinet.
He kept these lying around. I knew he regifted those crystal glasses I got him.
Art says there's nothing foreign in the upright one, so it can't have been poisoned. Results are inconclusive on the other cup, however.
Looks bone dry. Must have been nothing but fumes left by the time this was considered a crime scene. Just not enough there for them to test.
Inconclusive could mean
Inconclusive means inconclusive. That's all. Cheer up and read me the results of the fingerprinting.
Father's prints are on both cups, as expected. But there are someone else's on the upright cup, so someone else must have been with him last night.
Slow down. All that proves is that someone else touched the cup. Doesn't tell us when they did it. And since we don't know who the prints belong to,
Adonai, why don't we know who those prints belong to?
are the prints flagged as unidentified, or...
No. There's space for a name, but the field is black.
Oh. Shit. Am I already that late to the action? Detective Reyes.
Yeah? Sorry, popcorn.
This is a character.
Look, if I knew that David didn't have, like, the tendency to, like, sometimes buy snack food that he actually didn't really like just to keep around for when he needed something to munch on when he was through all of his other stuff, I'd be a little bit upset, but I know he wasn't that crazy about the popcorn, so, like, I'll let it fly, but still, like... Alright, anyways, there's a second set of prints on the cups.
I've been here for a couple hours at this point. Didn't have breakfast. Sure as hell didn't have dinner last night. I'm gonna eat this popcorn, okay?
You guys don't get, like, donuts brought to you or something?
That's a stereotype.
And do you guys not get donuts brought to you?
No, we don't get donuts brought to us because the department doesn't have the funds for that.
Not like
This
the funds.
feels like mismanagement.
It's not like they have funds going anywhere else.
It's like an actual crime question or...
Alright, there's a second set of prints on the cups. Is there a form you'd like me to sign?
Doesn't matter how nicely you ask. Sometimes people just can't answer. You should know that damn well, Madam Counselor.
I was afraid you'd say that.
I don't understand it, Adonai. What does this mean?
It means that whomever those prints belong to has very proactive representation.
Those prints belong to a witness, as you've guessed. You're more than welcome to their testimony. But their identity is The department is being very considerate of the witness's privacy out of respect for their time and appreciation for their cooperation.
Fine, forget the name.
That easily.
Subpoenas are always an option, but I'm short on time. What did the witness have to say for themselves, Detective?
To paraphrase, they came to see Dr. Asher last night. The two of them talked, and they had a drink together. Then, the doctor got sick, so they activated the emergency system from the panel in the kitchen. The EMTs came and took them both to the hospital. Asher's condition got worse. All the witnesses' vitals were normal.
The witness had their vitals taken, and there should be a record of their admission at Gatesfield.
And that's it.
I'm guessing you didn't just take all that on faith?
Penumbra's set up most of the rooms on this floor. Everything the witness told us was corroborated by the building's own surveillance system. So yes, we can guarantee that the witness never put anything into Asher's drink.
I'm guessing that I can't have the keys to the penumbra, can I?
Not until the witness's lawyers are done reviewing it.
Lawyers, plural. I don't have time to trade jabs with the law offices of Johnson, Johnson & Johnson. The fuck?
Say, how about I give you their business card?
The law offices of Johnson, Johnson & Johnson. God.
That's
Good
what
bit,
all lawyers
good bit.
are like. All
Yeah.
lawyers companies are named that.
The law offices of Kochler, Gustav, Prince and Prince. I was close. No way I'll be getting any client information out of them directly.
If all you bloodsuckers want to get together and tear each other apart, text me before you start. I'd like to watch.
Yeah, I bet you like to watch.
Dude!
What does that even mean?
Dude! That's crazy!
I literally was
Oh my
just about to
God.
make a bit out of that. I was about to make a bit out of like, yeah, Raze, you would be one to watch. And then
Holy
then
fuck!
Morgan
and then she
just went
said
for it. She just went for it. I'm like, oh my god, holy shit.
That's crazy!
That is fucking crazy. Holy shit. Alright,
Oh
now.
my god, Morgan.
I don't know. I don't know. Need a moment to think.
She didn't even think about the connotation. She just said it.
She just like me, for real, for real. Girl is just like,
I mean, would I just say shit?
yep. I don't fucking know. I needed a moment to think, and I did not think about what I said to give me that moment to think, and now I have to spend
Yeah,
the
we know
moment
what
to
a fucking
think
subpoena
about
is.
what the fuck I just said.
Read about subpoenas. We don't need to worry about it.
So that was it. One shot, one peek at the cams. We've already eliminated them as a suspect.
Look. They were searched. They didn't have any poison, any drugs, not even a stick of gum. Even if they somehow did have poison on them, the camera footage confirms they had no opportunity to use it. They drank from the same bottle as a dead man. As far as the department's concerned, they were nearly the second victim.
But they aren't dead, or even ill from the sound of things. So you think he poisoned his own cup beforehand, then poured for the both of them from a safe bottle?
That's what the evidence is telling us. There's nothing in the bottle or the witness's cup. But after drinking from his cup, a cup he prepared himself, he fell ill and the witness didn't. And Asher died with a foreign substance in his body.
An unidentified foreign substance.
Suicide by poison. I get that you were close and simple explanations aren't all that satisfying. But that's life.
One last thing. You just said he prepared his cup himself. Did you see that on camera?
He left the parlor to get the drinks and came back with his already poured. The witness says he got them from the basement.
The witness says that, not the cameras.
There's no cams in the lab or the basement.
Oh.
That seems like a security hazard. Why would Noble not set up things more carefully?
Probably because he overruled that.
It's intentional. If
Yeah.
cams of his lab ever got hacked, outsiders could steal his IP and kick Noble's monopoly to the curb.
Right. David did complain about Noble's weird protocols for combating corporate espionage.
At least we can take comfort in knowing that Father wasn't alone when he died.
Yeah, that's worth investigating. I love Morgan being like, yeah, they have an alibi, huh? I don't fucking care. Sus as
I'd
fuck.
like to hear more. Have you checked the outline itself?
Yeah, no, that was the last. I was making sure I checked everything else first. It says here that when the medics arrived, he was on the floor, face up.
Does that tell you something? Hmm.
The little like imitation
Uh-huh.
is so cute.
literally down.
I love this thing.
Down to like the two finger
little
type thing, right?
head.
Like not just the index and the thumb, but like with the middle finger as well. That's good. That's
Sarah's
very good.
everything.
Hey, if you were going to drink a glass of poison, would you be sitting or standing when you did it?
I find it very difficult to speculate on that hypothetical scenario.
The seat by his body is pulled out. If he was seated when he lost consciousness, I would expect to find him slumped over on the table.
But he wasn't found slumped over.
No, he wasn't. And if he had been standing when he lost consciousness, I would think he would have fallen forward, or at least collapsed less neatly.
So what can you conclude from that, Adonai?
Only that I'm missing something. Huh.
Hmm.
Do we still have something? I think I've got everything, but... Ah, okay. One chair knocked over, probably where David was sitting. And one chair pulled out, a party of two. He never cared much for socializing, but he enjoyed hosting. Contradictory guy. Seems like that's everything critical on this side of the room. Which leaves the kitchen. You said there's camera footage of the dining room showing David and his guests. What about in here?
Only camera in the kitchen is the one mounted in the call terminal. I spaced that funny. Sorry. The console took a snap image. The console took a snap image where the witness ran to contact emergency services.
Do you like need floss or something?
I
Got some
do think
kernels?
there's a piece of popcorn stuck in between my teeth. Give me a second.
I got some floss on me if you need it. Always carry a
No,
pack.
no,
with
no, I
me.
got alcohol.
Why do you
Okay.
always carry floss on you?
Never know when you need to clean your teeth.
Okay.
Or strangle a body. But yeah, clean your teeth.
Huh?
Clean your teeth.
Okay.
Anyway,
May I see it?
Not unless you scrape the witness's face off the pick first.
Don't tempt me. Messy workspaces, but a pristine kitchen. David was a good cook, but only for others. Unless he had a guest, he'd happily eat instant ramen and protein bars for all 3 meals. Or 2. Or 1. Mood for fucking real.
Real.
Fucking real.
Real as
fucking
fuck.
real. No signs of food prep to be found. Not so much as a cheese board. So whoever this guest was, they must have shown up unannounced. 3 unwashed dishes in a single glass. Raise, these dishes haven't been scanned for prints yet.
And
Get that
sorry, the
kernel?
popcorn.
Yeah, all good, all good. I just assumed you might want to do your job.
Yeah, there are prints. Most match the victim. But there's also... Huh.
Hmm.
Hey! Don't sneak up on me like that.
All I did was walk over to you.
You knocked over the salt, Adonai.
I was focused on the task at hand.
Didn't realize tunnel vision was a selling point on your mod.
Adonai. The salt.
As I was saying, the witness's prints are on that glass.
That glass in the sink. They were drinking from cups in the parlor. Did you see a glass on camera?
No.
So when did they touch this glass?
You need to toss it over your shoulder.
Witness must have thought about giving the guy some water. But he wouldn't just choked on it if they'd tried.
Hmm.
What? You think this glass was the murder weapon?
It's bad luck, Adonai.
Whacked him on the back of the head so fast it went between video frames?
That's genius. You should go through the footage frame by frame to prove your theory. But sure.
It's bad luck.
Sarah. I
love
love this
I
thing.
love it. I love her just being in the backgrounds. I love her just being like, what are you doing? Dude.
Adonai, the salt! The salt!
Why would
Adonai! Adonai, the salt!
why would
The
you
salt!
why would you do such a thing? You might as well, I don't know, break a mirror or something. See about that. How bad would it be to break a mirror?
I believe that is 10 years of bad luck.
That's about average. Sure, I can deal with that.
It's
Adonai.
actually 7.
Oh,
David's
I
fridge.
was not aware.
Normally I wouldn't go poking in the pantry at a crime scene, but this is a poisoning.
I was already in there, you're good to go.
So he refrigerated his popcorn.
I was looking for...
He
Never
only
mind.
was his popcorn in the fridge, yes or no?
No, his popcorn wasn't in the fridge. I was looking for something else, okay?
Look, sometimes David likes to refrigerate his goddamn snacks to make them nice and crispy cold or whatever. I don't know. Some white wines chilling in the drawer, some real cheap liquor stuffed in the icebox. Old habits. Reyes, you said you left the parlor and came back with that whiskey from the basement.
Huh? That's what the cams show, yeah.
There's plenty to drink right here. And unlike the cabinet downstairs, it's actually cold. You must have wanted Rose River in particular.
Hmm.
What's that look for? You hungry?
I am an android. I do not get hungry. Are you being sarcastic?
Well, only mostly. I thought you said you required organic nourishment.
I do ingest organic substances, but that does not mean that I experience hunger as you do.
So when you don't ingest organic substances for a long time, you...
I become tired,
What a great feature.
and when I'm done digesting, I
don't need to know. This is where the emergency call was made. What time did the call go out?
8:04 p.m. Before you ask, the witness left the parlor at 8:03 p.m. Not enough time for them to alter the scene.
I wasn't going to ask that. When did the medics arrive?
8:08 p.m. Remember?
Hell of a response time for a penthouse. Private EMS came by air.
Yeah, they landed on the VTOL pad you saw outside. Took him to Greatsfield. The very best, if you can afford it. Looking around here, seems like you can afford a lot.
He got his insurance through his employer, just like most people.
Caduceus is how you pronounce that.
Thank you. Sorry, I paused because I was trying to determine if I was about to sneeze or not. I wasn't. Caduceus. Got it. Thanks. Caduceus' executive plan 4 isn't like most people, counselor.
Want to read
What is
that? Health insurance policy with Caduceus, paid for through Noble Electronics, includes private EMS services on standby, only offers 3 levels of employer-provided plans that outrank it. Only offers 3 levels of employer-provided plans that outrank it. Gotcha.
Yes, this is plan level 4, but you could get top tier.
Hell yeah. He had executive level. Not like most people at all.
You've now had the chance to survey the crime scene.
Yeah.
So do you think you know what happened?
Detective, is his body still at the hospital morgue?
Yeah, he's at Gatesfield. Along with 100 noble Megs who've all called dibs.
Then I'll just have to cut in line. Sarah, get me a ride to Gatesfield Memorial. What? You can do that, can't you?
I can,
But
but I need your payment information to get started.
there's a bit here.
Please give me the 3-digit code on the back of your credit card.
Morgan, I
Adonai.
need your help to, to contact the taxi service. I need your credit card information as well as the 3 numbers on the back, please.
Yeah? Okay. Understood. On my way down.
Got it?
Sync complete.
Set pickup for 10 minutes should be plenty.
The crowd down there seems to have gotten quite large. 10 minutes to reach the pickup spot may be an ambitious target, Adonai.
I love that she's continually using that sprite now. Now that she...
Yeah, ever since the first time she did it.
Yep, she keeps using it
She's
now.
copying her.
How
It's so
bad can it
cute.
be?
Bad.
12:21 p.m., July 1st, 2086. As I approach the lobby's exit, building's soundproofing begins to fail. The crowd has gotten bigger. There's something else happening out there. The energy's not panicked yet, but it's creeping up at the tipping point. Are this many people pissed at Noble for selling androids? The hell's got them all so excited?
Adonai, what does that symbol mean?
In this rabble? Probably something vulgar. Which one?
That heart with a bullet hole.
I don't know. It's probably nothing.
Based on net associations, it appears to be a symbol for the Heartbreak Killer.
That doesn't make any goddamn sense. Why would that freak have a symbol or a following? Or these... whatever these people are? Why the hell would they be outside David Asher's apartment?
Noble's trying to cover up the truth.
They are.
Those Megs in
Thank
there
you.
are scrambling to shred every document they can. We need to stick together, form a perimeter, and try to catch them when they go to dump the scraps.
Sarah,
What are you hoping to find?
Proof that Asher was killed for trying to blow the whistle.
blow the whistle. On Heartbreak?
Noble doesn't want the world to know that the A-16 is sentient and homicidal.
You think that Heartbreak is an android?
You think whoever did all that was human?
Hmm.
Noble's advanced prototype went amok and started killing.
Started killing random people.
Don't be a lamb. It only looks random. There's a clear pattern, as long as you're smart enough to see past the bullshit.
Oh, okay.
And how does one see past the bullshit?
Stop engaging.
Smart kid. She gets it. She's asking the right questions.
What the hell
If
are
I
you
could be this whole crowd, I could be
do
this
it.
whole crowd.
Okay. Sorry, I clicked through it. Whoops. Alright.
No, you're good. We're good. We could.
What the hell are you
talking
talking about?
Kinda-
No way those victims weren't related. It's gotta be deniable ops? What does that term mean? Fictional designation for actions whose very existence have plausible deniability.
You're sick, motherfucker. Get out of here.
What's that, Gabe?
You're sick. Stop
Don't
reading.
read this.
Yeah,
Stop
Deniable-
reading. Meow.
Scrub. I'll read it for you.
okay.
Deniable is a fictional classification for clandestine state actions that need not be taken responsibility for because plausible deniability and military disinformation efforts create enough confusion that every party involved, even the victims, can spin the outcome to suit their own needs. No such designation exists. Deniable ops are a common recurring concept in online conspiracy theories, used to wave away questions about why supposedly explosive events are never reported on through the media or addressed by world governments. It is also commonly claimed that deniable ops make ample use of private military contractors in order to further distance governments from the political ramifications of their military actions. Conspiracy theories are no laughing matter. If you're worried that someone you know might be indoctrinated or spreading misinformation themselves, you can report them to the state at our non-confidential portal here.
Making sure to throw things when you can't respond. We stay winning. Alright, Yobis. Fucking knocking off my glasses while I'm having water. Okay then.
They must all have been in DO together before getting their records bleached. Then, as soon as they've outlived their usefulness. What are you, nuts? Everyone knows the first 6 HK got to were the 6 prototypes that came before him. Warm androids so perfect, no one could tell the diff. A bullet to the heart's the only way you could kill those other over-engineered freaks.
Everyone's got a goddamn opinion.
I see.
Stop seeing. Start moving. These people are insane.
Why don't you eat some more corn slop, asshole? You think you could be the cyberpunk without even thinking for yourself?
Mythologized countercultural icon or way of being. Originally a term coined in the short science fiction.
Hey, you're sick. Stop that. Originally a term coined in a short science fiction story, and later having grown into a genre all its own, cyberpunk, or cyberpunk, historically has referred to a counterculture centered around the themes of underdogs resisting powerful corporate or government forces through digital guerrilla warfare. While the genre has persisted to modern times and evolved in numerous ways, over the last 2 decades it has taken on new meaning as a kind of mythologized way of being for adolescent or disaffected. Whoa, something's wrong with my eyes. Let me try that sentence again. Over the last 2 decades, it has taken on new meaning as a kind of mythologized way of being for the adolescent or disaffected to aspire to. A code of conduct that emphasizes anti-authoritarianism, community organizing, corporate disengagement, and socio-economic consciousness. Oh, brother. The so-called singular cyberpunk has become the 21st century man without a name, a wanderer with their own rule of law. Cultural critic something's wrong with my mouth today. Cultural critic Simon Cynthia summarized the appeal as thus: there's no such thing as a 21st century hero. Is it any wonder the most vulnerable among us turn to the past for guidance? Users also frequently search for Get Ready With Me Cyberpunk. The 99 man explained. Are co-ops illegal?
I was expecting the cyberpunk term to come up eventually, especially since we are like very much in like a future Earth type thing right here, right?
Mm-hmm.
You think it's a coincidence victim number 6 was working on Harco crops? They're putting something in the food!
Those people. Heartbreak. This is...
Goddamn embarrassment. The hell am I paying taxes for if the state can't shut this shit down?
What about you, Adonai? What do you think about this heartbreak figure?
They're just a murderer. Should be caught and sentenced, like any other murderer.
But they must have some reason for doing such terrible things. Aren't you curious?
Why? Are some reasons for committing murder better than others?
They might have experienced trauma or abuse. They might have...
Millions of people experience trauma and abuse every day. Millions. And yet there's only one heartbreak.
So you think that they were just born that way?
That's my guess.
That's
Unsatisfying?
sad.
I don't see why it would be.
If heartbreak was born like that, then they never had a chance to be anything else.
If heartbreak was born like that, then none of us normal people have to ever worry about turning out like them.
That kind of predestination. It means they never have to take responsibility for what they are.
The state can make them take responsibility as soon as they catch them.
You make it sound so trivial. Like they're a very dangerous serial.
Oh, no, not like. They are very dangerous serial killer.
Just a serial killer.
Just.
If each case shot someone every day, it would take them 1,132 years and about 11 months.
In order to have killed
413,789 people.
You did that in your head.
I'm good at mental math.
You counted the leap years. Well, what is the significance of that number?
The, like, dramatic irony of this shit is crazy, by the way.
Right?
It's
Oh my
fucking crazy.
god. This is fascinating. That's within 18 months of the Blake Fort industrial disaster. What?
We encountered an issue while processing your request. Congestion ahead. We're currently limiting traffic related to this particular search due to a large number of edits coming in from net addresses outside your country's borders. We're proud to fight alongside Variable User Country in combating disinformation by foreign actors like those in Variable User Adversary Latest. You can read more about how and why this collaboration works here. Tired of running into slowdowns? So are we. But maintaining a secure data border takes resources. Contact your representative and explain why you think the national data security budget needs to be expanded using our easy right form here.
Times that number by 2 for the injuries. Tack on another 183% for the birth defects. 413,000 dead. There wasn't anything evil about it. Just human error, some shotting welding, and time.
So you think that heartbreak is nothing by comparison? Perhaps that is the problem, then. If they're nothing, if they represent nothing, then they can stand for whatever the crowd wants them to.
God, that...
That... Man...
Oh my god, that is so well layered. That is
What
so
fucking
well
commentary,
layered.
huh?
Holy fucking shit, that is so well layered. Oh my god.
Jeez.
Oh my god. Hello, Celestial. There is so much. That is so fucking well layered. There is so many layers to that. From one, Morgan fully being like, yeah, the populace will move on from Heartbreak, right? There's no chance Heartbreak's not going to be acting again because Heartbreak has no reason to act again and I got my job done. The 6 bullets were done. The fluke is done. The gimmick is done. To being upset whenever anyone in the forums makes stories about it because she's like, don't fucking read into it. There's nothing deep about it. Coming out to this with many people reading into it and their own personal beliefs, and Morgan meanwhile has her belief, which is that there is no belief in it. Oh god, there's... Holy fucking shit, that is such a well-layered...
The writing to this game is really fucking good.
God fucking damn, that is... And then Sarah perfectly hitting the nail on the head, where she's like, well, yeah, if they stand for nothing and are just doing it just cuz, then of course an audience is going to make of them what they will. Which is everything Morgan would fucking hate.
Yeah, that's a really good commentary on just conspiracy theories in
Yeah.
general, so I'm like, fuck, dude. Damn.
Yeah,
You know what
pretty
you're talking about. This shit good. Everybody needs to fucking play this game. You're so right.
Yeah, insanely good game. You know, stand up
Thank you,
brainly.
visual novels.
I mean, like... This is... I still cannot fucking believe that Steam refused to have this be participating in the Visual Novel Fest when this is...
This is crazy to me. This isn't a visual novel. Fuck you. Suck my dick, man.
I'm like, okay, why is it that there's an action RPG on your goddamn Visual Novel Fest then?
It straight up feels like people just don't fucking understand what a visual novel is, and then when they do understand what a visual novel is, they're like weird and like yeah about it, you know?
Well, I mean,
Like, man, fucking man up, dude. Who
it's a
cares?
mystery
They're
adventure
good.
game. Ace Attorney is a visual novel, which is also a mystery
Ace-
adventure game. So like,
Ace Attorney's in the end. Jesus fucking Christ, it's the same thing.
but yeah, God,
Danganronpa's also the end. I'll
there
kill you.
there are so many fantastic fucking layers to that. Like, oh my God, I love it. And then also like the way that this game brings up like world building
I've
and stuff,
encountered
right?
people being like, "This can't be a visual novel. It's too good." Visual novels are good.
Visual
I'm gonna
novels can
blow
be
them
extremely
up!
good. Look at the Ace Attorney and series and Ghost Trick. Like, I love the way this game does its world building too, right? Like, God, I fucking hope the devs come by one of these streams so we can just light them the fuck up with all the praise for their writing.
I need
Y'all,
everybody to play this game.
hey, dev team, if any of you end up looking at this VOD for whatever reason or such, just like, my God, fantastic writing. The way that this game brings up and like gradually adds onto its world is perfect balancing. To the point that like we're reading every single article in depth because it builds on things fantastically and will often be like referenced later in the chapter too, right? But other than that, it's still been building the world. And then we have a term like this, which we can't read into, which, by the way, that shit is cool as fuck too, when the game is like, oh, you want to read up on that? Sorry. Sorry, that's conspiracy theories, and so we limit what you can read up on. And that's telling story
Sorry,
within
that's
itself
been-
too.
So sorry, that's been blacklisted, and also all of the code that determines what sort of propaganda we feed in you is fully visible in the article. Don't worry about it.
Right? Oh my God, I love that extremely, where it literally, where the fuck is it? Literally
user
said
country
user
and user
adversary
adversary
latest.
latest. It is like deliberately looking to see what fucking country
That
you
is
dislike
literally
or whatever.
1984 type shit of like, we've never been at war with Oceania. We've always been at war with Europa, or however the line goes, right? Like, that is literally down to a T. It's like,
Custom propaganda for you.
I'm sorry,
specifically.
you have the user code in your goddamn CSS? Do you have this type of code in your goddamn CSS? Oh my fucking God.
Man, no fucking wonder you want budget increases to your goddamn fucking shit.
Yeah, so maybe...
We need the budget increases. The programmers quit last month and we don't know what to do.
Bleak.
Yeah, and Circle did like retweet my live tweets and such, so I'm just like, please come by my stream. Please come by my stream so we can fucking shower you in praise, right? Just fantastic fucking work. All right, please make way. Officials are coming through. Please disperse.
Keep walking, pigs! Fascists! Hey Gabe, you wanna take some crowd?
Oh man, I don't want to fucking voice Ricos.
Noble owns the cops!
Only the cops they build in their factories.
Hot shit.
Very funny. Why are we tolerating this shit?
You want me to wade into the crowd with a nightstick? Prove 'em wrong?
You know what I mean. We're the only people in this city trying to do some goddamn good, and they're all just... That's just part of our job, detective.
Emma is so fucking pretty here. Can we acknowledge how
She-
goddamn pretty she is?
She looks
here?
good as fuck in this
She
big.
looks good as fuck. Holy shit.
No offense, ma'am, but wearing a police badge earns you a little more hate than... Do they give prosecutors badges? I have an ID for the parking garage. Does that count?
Depends. You ever hesitate to wear it in the open?
Oh my God.
This moral relativism. I suddenly can't speak. Apologies. Give me a moment to recalibrate. Relativism. There you go. This moral relativism of yours seems like a strange philosophy for someone in your profession, Adonai.
Breaking out this thesaurus on me. I'm only being realistic and humble. I'm just one woman, Sarah. Whatever I do, right or wrong, is less than a % rounding error in the grand scheme of things.
Do you tell that to your clients?
No, but they come to appreciate it when I win.
Anyway,
Okay, I'm
Like-
here.
Hi, Glenn.
no.
Oh,
It's okay. Glad you're here.
Glad to have you.
Nice, solemn lament PNG you have currently.
Oh shit, that's a on.
All good, all good. I was
No
like
worries.
looking closely. I'm like, is that you in a solemn lament pit? Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Awesome.
No, it's not. No, it's not. You saw nothing.
Okay, I didn't see anything. Yay!
Hello, Zerelius. Can we please get a shout out for Zara? Zara's fucking cool and also obsessed with cards.
Typing.
Fuck! Okay, now the drip is definitely coming on.
Yep, fucking annihilated, motherfucker.
You are cool. You're fucking cool. All right. Lock in. Back to Gaslight
Alright.
Gatekeep Girl Boss Simulator.
Pops in particular, same deal applies to anyone who works for the state. The terms are stark, but the ink dried a long time ago, and we all agreed to them.
I don't recall voting for it.
Well, not voting is how these things come to pass, so... We traded freedom for safety, individual rights for collective power. The state won, the citizens lost. The very least we can do is take these criticisms head on.
Emma is so fucking pretty. I cannot get over this goddamn woman. She is so goddamn beautiful, and I feel bad covering her up, but that's how overlays go.
Look, I don't have a problem with the responsibilities of authority.
Only with authority being challenged?
But they treat us like we're the bad guys. Well, sometimes we are. Sometimes the law is wrong.
She's so fucking pretty. Every time.
And you are.
Yes, look, I have my taste. Emma very much appeals to them. Hard appeals to them. Also, I love when you shouted out Zerelius. Zero is, of course, playing Cardfight Vanguard. Like, it's the only game I think I've seen Zero play, which is fucking... Game that they literally call Cardboard, by the way. Whenever they go play it, they're just like, alright, I'm gonna play with Cardboard.
Yay!
Cardboard.
Play toy!
So if any given individual is too small to ever affect change,
So if the public's gonna hate us no matter what we do,
and if corporations and governments will trample over people the same, regardless of their character,
and if we can't even be sure we're doing the right thing,
what do you do, Adonai?
what the hell do we do?
I think it's pretty simple.
It's not as complicated as you think.
In times like these,
In a world like this,
the only logical way to live is...
the only moral way to act is
Do whatever it takes to win.
Awesome.
That was really good on both of you. The fact you two were able to sync it.
I was waiting. I was about to say it like a half second before Em. I'm like, no, anyway, just a little. God fucking. Okay, this game is peak. This game is fucking peak. Oh yeah, Blaine's in his solemn lament look. Whatever. He's feeling solemn lament today.
I was at a funeral, that's why.
Oh. Ooh. Like actually, or
No, I wasn't. No, it's someone's. I was at another friend's stream. They were getting a new model, so their quote-unquote funeral. For
There
their
is-
current model.
there is so much fucking energy in this shot. There is so much energy in this goddamn fucking shot. Holy shit. If I am insignificant in the grand scheme of things, I can do my worst and no one will notice.
if power is inherently evil, holding back won't save your soul.
Just fight with both barrels.
And trust the opposition to do the same.
Winner takes all.
Winner takes all.
Okay, that wasn't as hot, but it's fine.
It's alright.
Holy
We
fucking...
can't all be.
Oh my god,
Gucci.
actual
You can't all be
goosebumps.
winners.
Actual fucking goosebumps. That was so cool. That was so cool. It started, like, I saw it started jumping up when they started mirroring each other. I'm like, oh, are we about to do what I think we're about? Holy fucking shit. God.
That was so cool.
End circle.
Peak
End
cinema.
circle.
Can I
Oh my fucking god.
request, like, a minute to get water really fast.
Yeah, go get
Yeah, let's
go
do
get
that
water
for
really
this.
quick. I can yap for a second. Holy fucking shit, that
Okay.
was holy shit. That was amazing. That was so fucking cool. That was so
We
fucking
fucking
cool.
game in this house, gamers.
Oh,
Woo!
I love the way this is toxic Yuri. This is so toxic Yuri. I'm sorry, you don't
This
have an image
is
like that, and
toxic
it's
Yuri.
not toxic Yuri. That is so fucking toxic Yuri. Holy shit.
We're reinventing Death Note out here.
Need episode 2 in my inbox by today. Okay, thanks. If Nth Circle comes by stream and be like, hey, can I get like early access to episode 2 when it comes out? None. It's fine. I just, oh boy. No, I wouldn't want early access because I want to be streaming it immediately. I want to like accidentally spoil people. But fucking hell, we are playing that the day it drops for fucking sure. Holy shit. Hey, can I have the whole game right now? Please? Can I have the whole game right now? I'd like the whole game right now, please. Can you like
your
game
game?
it to
Hey,
me?
can I have the whole game,
Can I have it
please?
like a bit, you know, like a year or two early? Can I just have the game early, please? Thank you.
If I ask very nicely, can I have the game now?
Nah. God, I so fucking happy over this game. This is just episode 1. Like, how do you keep up this ante? That's the thing I'm like so excited about, is like they keep delivering such good fucking food, and we have probably like, I'm going to imagine they probably do like 5 episodes. Can I ask early access, please? No. I'm okay with this. Besides, I'm gonna fucking give them money regardless. Just, oh my god, End Circle, whoever you guys are doing fantastic fucking work between the writing, between the art direction, and like all the assets and stuff. Holy shit. Oh my god, I love this. I love this extremely. I can go crazy about this. I also love Shaper coming in like you know, about an hour and a half into stream and getting the 3rd redeem because no one checked for it. But oh my god, that was hot as shit. That was so fucking cool. Also, the fact that Emin and I at least got one line in sync. I rushed the second time. I should have waited.
No, it's okay. We can't all be perfect all the time.
It's a 4-person team? What the fuck do you mean this is a 4-person team? That is fucking insane that it's only a 4-person team. Holy shit, that is insane. Alright, yeah, sure. I guess it can be a 4-person team. Fucking hell. Okay then.
I got distracted because I started petting my dog.
I was gonna say, I'm like, I hope we've given Gabe enough time. I hope Gabe hasn't gotten distracted by anything. And
No,
yeah,
I died. Sorry, I'm back now.
all good. Dude,
You know
the
how it
fact this
is.
is a 4-person team is insane. Oh my
This is a 4-person team?
This is a 4-person team. Okay, like the reason
Damn!
I'm impressed by that is like, okay, yes, art and the character sprites and like writing, okay, I can see those being a person each. The 3D
The
environments,
modeling, yeah.
the 3D environments are the thing where I'm like, they have to have a decent amount of people for that, and like they have to have a decent amount of people for that alone. No,
God.
okay then. Holy shit.
Man, I need these people to cook forever. Can they like get $1 billion, please?
I hope that they're getting plenty of support from the this. Like, god fucking damn, this is fantastic. All right
I
then.
hope so. Anyway,
Gatesfield Memorial Hospital. Oh god, that was such a cool sequence. The moment I started realizing where it was going, I'm like, oh, this is going to be sick. They're doing a parallel thing here. This is so cool. I also love how it shows the similarities between her and Emma. Really fucking cool. Ugh, thank you.
Man.
You're a lifesaver. Next time that Bridezilla texts you, just turn your phone off. Chatty guy must have been due to go on break. When he tried and failed to find the witness's medical record, his datapad and name blacked out. But I did see that they have Caduceus Executive 3. Third, more expensive than David's, which means they most likely...
How did you do that?
Like, these 3D environments are really neat. You do your part in giving them $1 million by buying the game and leaving a review if you're enjoying the game. Oh yeah, I'll be leaving a review shortly.
sorry, I'm distracted by Sarah's like little autistic stare.
What was that little fucking sneef you did? That little sniffle?
Behind me?
Yeah.
I have allergies. I have
It's
chronic allergies.
Nah, it just had the energy of just sniffing and be like, ah, yes, my autism creature.
My critter.
Hmm.
There she is.
You need to hold the button to get the doors to close faster. Mashing does nothing. Sarah's allergic to silly. Thank you for the lurk, Sarah. Thank you for the lurk. Have fun. We will. This is probably gonna be like a 3 or 4 parter stream. We should put bets on. We should have put bets on how long it would be. If we get
you
to
wanted to put bets.
if we get, well, yeah, of course, in this game,
I'm a gambling man.
you need to
I'm a
hold the
gambling
button to get the
man.
doors to close faster. Mashing does nothing.
That is not what I meant. There are many others who arrived before us. How did you get us down here so quickly?
Well, I didn't do anything. It was that nurse who escorted us.
Yes, but you managed to get a stranger like him to help you with so few words, so little information. I don't think you even gave him your name.
Haven't you heard of the golden rule?
Of course I have. Treat others how you would want to be treated.
Wrong. Treat others how they would want to be treated. He wanted someone that he could vent to. He wanted someone to pay attention to him. He wanted to feel appreciated. Which meant he'd be eager to help, given the chance.
Even just reading someone's mood is quite difficult.
God,
Autism creature. Autism creature.
literal autism creature. And then we have Miss Gaslightgate literally
She had
spelling.
it built in.
She's literally spelling out, this is how I gaslight. It's just the way to get through things.
How can you know how another person wants to be treated?
There are no mind readers. No one can ever know anything about what anyone's thinking. Maybe not even themselves. Doesn't matter if they're your parent, your twin, your lover. It'll always be a gamble.
That is not a very comforting sentiment.
Yeah, I gamble on everything in life. Probably lose a lot, but hey, I just gamble on everything. What the fuck do you mean?
Cannot be a healthy mindset.
How the hell have
Go
you made
all
it this
in.
long? Well, I think it's fun.
Relationships are gamble chat.
Relationships are a gamble, chat, and that's why you should gaslight your friends.
Oh, you should do that.
Look, I simply gaslight my friends into thinking the best of me at all times. What do you mean that's wrong? There's nothing wrong with that. I simply like to make sure that my friends think everything that I want them to think of me at all points of time and do the optimal decisions in our friendships. God.
Jesus
Of the
Christ.
devil drinking game, take a shot or a sip of water, one poker metaphor, die of alcohol poisoning and or achieve hydration nirvana. I gaslight my friends into thinking the slang I use is actually real slang. I think that's
What?
how most any slang comes to be, though.
I think this is how most slang comes to be.
Well, I
That
think
do
it's
be how it
fun.
works.
Only because you're good at it. How did you get so good at it?
Same as anything. Observation and practice.
You must have been observing and practicing for a very long time then.
That's not
Man.
common. Uh-huh.
So we proceed down the hall, bear left, look for the fourth door.
I'm gonna open the one that says Morg on it.
Holy fuck! Holy fuck! Holy shit!
fuck
Oh
character
my god, I'm
design.
bisexual!
Holy fuck character design. Okay then.
Hello!
Holy
Hi,
shit.
ma'am. Hi. Hi.
I'm taking this one if it's okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go
I don't
ahead.
think we voiced an NPC yet,
mainly,
ever.
mainly to avoid the circumstance of, like, I don't know, Ray's and Emma walking in on the scene somehow with Jessica beside them, and then Em's like, oh my fucking god.
4-person KO.
I don't think Jessica's coming down here.
Oh, hey. Come on, Em. Don't stand out there in the cold, wouldn't be accurate. Sorry about the chill in the air, but I run a little hot. And you can see my roommates never complain. Yumi Sato, medical examiner. Dr. Seno, just the lady I wanted to see.
Show me the fucking profile right now.
God, her fucking centipede tattoos. Holy
God, I want a
fucking
tattoo
shit.
like that!
Wait, it
We
was her
just missed
birthday
her
2 days ago. We
birthday.
just
We
missed her
just missed
birthday
her
2 days
birthday.
ago.
Happy late
Happy
birthday!
late birthday!
Yeah, this is a game made by and for lesbians, thank God. Yeah. Accessories, reality TV, palm reading. You would be a palm reader. Dislike social media, dress codes, ebooks. Yep,
You would dislike dress code.
yep, understood. Hates to throw out old clothes. Most proud of my weekly meal prep. Good for you, girl. Good for you. Hell yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna be normal now.
Uh-huh. No, I didn't expect that I'd get to. The fact that they've assigned a medical examiner and not some ad or junior means. Oh, you can just call me Yumi. And you're... Morgan. I represent the deceased. The deceased. Oh, the deceased. Asher D. Wait, really? That's a... weird. I thought this time slot was scheduled for a group of noble PR people who... I know. Weird, right? Well, what the hell do I know? Was getting tired of hosting mags anyway. We gotta finish typing up this report before we talk shop. But in the meantime, feel free to make yourself at home. Have you been peeking at the character interviews? Yes. We haven't done that just yet. We were gonna wait until after this chapter to probably do that. Have that as a stream itself. What's this? The hospital getting renamed. No, guess it's some other hospital that got snapped up. Hi, Blinn. You wanna do some reading? Welcome in.
Sure. Give me a moment.
I love the non-committal like, huh, yeah, I guess I can do that. Sure.
It's because I was in the middle of something. And I was gathering something. Hospital renamed to thank you Kura family. In a ribbon cutting ceremony held uptown today, Plata Memorial Hospital was formally renamed to Northeastern
Icaria Medical Complex.
Okay, thank you. Northeastern Icaria Medical Complex, in recognition of the family's incredible generous donations over the last several years. And it's the latest in a string of philanthropic efforts by the family to result in a name change, after they paid for the renovation to the orchestra hall and the retrofitting of what used to be known as the Scout Arena. But it wasn't so long ago that the Icaria were better known for drawing blood than donating it. Back before the 50s, they had a fearsome reputation for cutthroat business practices that had their business rivals going so far as they accused them of involvement with organized crime. After the founding of Regen Medical over 25 years ago, and its subsequent sale, the Icaria have moved out in the business world and into the upper echelons of society. That are sometimes mockingly referred to as the neo-ability. Fucking neo-ability.
That is a name.
Good.
That is the name of all time. A generation of newly minted aristocrats born from the unique and chaotic economics of the mid-21st century and the Red Decade. When asked her opinion of those who labeled her family House Icaria at the hospital's renaming ceremony, Regen board member
Mirai?
Mirai?
Yeah.
Mirai Icaria had this to say: in this country, anyone can make a name for themselves, so long as they are willing to put in the work. Mock new money all you want, but the truth is that success is all about reinventing yourself, and the only ones uncomfortable with that are. We're working hard to print out the rest of your article.
Oh my god.
Character by character. It's tough work. But we'd be able to go about it in a lot faster if you'd leave a tip. Want to drop your payment info in the jar?
They find a new way to write this up constantly. Like,
Yeah.
they constantly
Leaves
find a
The
the
new...
article cut off.
This is where half their budget's going, is to asking you for more money.
I will say, journalism is a nightmare world when it comes to getting paid.
Icaria. Guess they weren't always in the same line of work. No, they're plastering their name wherever they get themselves a new image.
Yeah, they're probably doing this for PR.
Yeah.
They're totally
like,
doing
all-
this for
All the
PR.
nobility are eager to prop up their image wherever they can. But that must go double for the Icarias. Assuming the truth about their criminal past is anywhere close to the rumors. Yeah.
Yeah, and it wasn't. There are other two. Like, they've been trying to get a place renamed after them for a while, based on the other two names that they listed as places that they've been throwing money at.
That's a lot of screens. There's gonna be diminishing returns of productivity.
Why do you have so many monitors, ma'am?
You can't just ask someone that. Good question. Every quarter when they do inventory and budgeting, they ask me if I need anything. I never do, so I submit a blank form. I guess a while back there was a +1 in the spreadsheet somewhere, and no one's ever corrected it, and so... boom. I get 4 new monitors every year!
Awesome!
God, what would I...
That's crazy. What
That
would you
is-
do with like 6 monitors?
That is so much processing on the goddamn computer. Also, like, you need a powerhouse. I mean, she probably has a powerhouse of a PC, right? 4 new monitors
yeah, it's the
every
future.
year.
Time to
No,
throw
she
out
has
the
7.
last year's
There's 7
models.
monitors currently here. There are 7 monitors currently on screen here. Hell, that might actually be 8 if this if this is like a ultra widescreen one like in the background here with the light gray.
Need so many monitors.
So many.
Do you run out of things to use them for?
Sometimes, but this year I've started running 2 dramas at once when I'm doing rote work, which helps. Watching 2 television shows at the same time helps you do rote work. Helps me use up the screens.
I see.
That sounds like sensory overload, man.
Sometimes that's what the brain needs to get things done, though, right?
It really isn't. That's not true. My friend does like function off of like if you put them in like extreme sensory overload, they suddenly are really good at shit.
Yeah, no, that sometimes is what I have to do. It's not always, but there are times where I'm like, all right,
Forced sensory overload.
I need to put
Good.
on this one instrumental playlist, have this one podcast going in the background, and then also have this other video thing going here, all at differing volumes of each other, not equal volumes, or it'll be too much, but otherwise have
I
multiple.
think that's just ADHD. I'm not gonna
It's
lie
like-
to you.
That is maybe one thing in the entire year that I ever do it that way. One day a year, I get ADHD.
The single
Seasonal
day.
ADHD, dude.
Yeah.
I wish that were me. I get it every day of my life.
Would you like to trade places?
Are these all dead bodies?
I had to lock back in really fast.
One dose of ADHD. One would hope so.
I only meant that I'm surprised to see them stored here. It suggests a backlog, which suggests a higher murder rate than public data would lead one to expect.
Do you only examine bodies for the police, Doctor? Oh, I wish. Most of my job involves confirming COD on natural deaths for insurance adjustments. Insurers want to blame the mod for failing, mod makers want to blame the stiff for not exercising enough. Family says the company insurance plan would pay for mods, but not gym membership. Yeah, that whole wall there is suspected defective liver mods, suspected leaking internal bio batteries, suspected CCIC. CCIC? Climate change induced complications. You can prove that climate change contributed to an otherwise natural death. Very, very rarely.
If it can be proved, what does that mean for the family of the deceased?
Plus or minus 14% on the life insurance payout.
Oh,
I mean, it's most of what I do. I don't dislike my job, it's just... so much of what I do just boils down to telling a bunch of cheapskates how to split the dead man's bill. It's enough to make homicide feel like a breath of fresh air. She finishing up over there? Right, okay. So what's up? Thanks for your time, Dr. Sato. My first question would be...
what was the cause of death?
Oh wow, hi there. Cute android. Didn't even realize it was... really cute. The skin is... That's remarkable. Even just looking close, you can tell they really are warm.
My critter!
Still not quite human body temperature, but they've come a long way. The early gens all looked flushed. Felt like they were always running a fever. They ran like it too. Even 2 years ago, the average warm android only lasted. Sorry, but the circumstances surrounding this particular case call for expediency. Right. So what can I tell you? Talk screen. Well, yeah. Well, we'll
yeah.
be going through both, probably. Were you able to determine the cause of death? Oh, cause of death, sure. We got that much figured out, at least. Why doesn't that sound particularly reassuring? Dr. Asher died of respiratory failure. Not enough oxygen in the blood, not enough blood going to the brain. Root cause being widespread depression in the central nervous system. What would the symptoms be? What would it have looked like? Lightheadedness followed by dizziness, then headaches, slurred speech, exhaustion, loss of consciousness, and finally respiratory arrest. Report shows that the EMTs tried intubation and resuscitation through electrical stimulation repeatedly. By the time he got to the emergency room, they were desperate enough to attempt direct artificial blood oxygenation, but it was too late.
And you're certain of all this?
Oh, well, most of it, sweetie. Most of it. Yeah, it's turned into quite the puzzle. I'm used to having more pieces to start with. I was surprised a man as rich and famous as him didn't have any kind of biomes, but his files show he wasn't a viable candidate for modding. We don't need this.
We already read that.
I wanted to see. We know what this is. We can figure what this is, yeah. How to marry into wealth.
How to marry into wealth, yeah.
Fucking me. Really? Yeah, me. I'm like, God, how do I get a sugar mama? Biomes. Interesting.
Biomonitor is a general use term for wearable technology or implanted mods that monitor or provide feedback on an individual's vital signs. Commonplace among the affluent as an additional layer of security, biome is relatively rare among the middle class. Sorry, my fucking brain stopped working. Some sociologists and consumer trend analysts point to anxieties about the climate, pollution, and stresses of modern life as to why adoption of biomonitors have been met with resistance with medium-wage earners. If one's health is already assumed to be poor, constant knowledge of its status might be considered uncomfortable. Biomonitors are also frequently employed by incarceration, probation, and workplace health initiative programs.
You seem stressed. You seem to be having a fever. You seem stressed. You seem to be having lack of sleep. You seem stressed. You seem depressed. You seem depressed. You seem depressed. Yeah,
Man, I don't want to fucking know that, man. I already know, man. I don't need to know anything else.
Is there a way to limit the notification on this thing? No? Amazing.
So glad I splurged.
I don't need a little device to tell me that my back hurts. I know.
I can feel that.
He wasn't a viable candidate for modding. Yeah, that's right. Without that kind of first-hand tech, we don't have nearly as much data as we'd like. But he was extensively monitored from the moment the EMTs arrived. We're certain about that. We're very certain about our conclusion. Did you find anything else unusual about his body in your examination? Cuts or bruises? No injection sites. Nothing in any cavities. Nothing at all, huh? The police mentioned a talk screen. Yeah, that's the thing. They ran a talk screen when he first arrived. Typical diagnostic intake procedure. Based on the emergency call, they figured he must have overdosed on something, but the talk screen gave them nothing. After he died, we performed the broadest screening as possible. Nothing. So were you forced to conclude this was a natural death? I didn't give up that easy. I took blood samples and compared their makeup with what was on record in his previous medical history. I managed to isolate a single, non-naturally occurring chemical compound that wasn't there before. What was it? Some exotic toxin from a different hemisphere? I wish. I ran it through every available database we have access to. And even a few I only sort of have access to through some friends. Not only does it not match any known poison, it doesn't match the chemical makeup of any registered compounds. So, a designer drug, huh? And that seems to be the best explanation. What the hell did you do, David?
You s-
Sorry, I'm fine. Oh my god, that was pretty bad.
Sierra, are your audio processors malfunctioning?
Sarah, what
Yes.
the hell was that?
Didn't know androids could cough.
Allow me to recalibrate. You said it didn't match any registered compound. What about compounds that aren't registered?
I can never get over it when she does the sprite.
It's so cute.
Blend for context, she started copying Morgan's thinking pose, and now she's just
It
been
was-
doing it.
It was like really deliberate. Like Morgan did it, and then she did it, and then like Morgan started talking, and she immediately stopped, and now she's doing it constantly.
And I was able to keep up with the stream a little bit, and
Hell
so
yeah.
I saw that.
Those friends of
Yay.
yours, private sector folks. Yeah, and pharmaceuticals. If one of them patented a new compound, new drug, or to keep its formula from going on the record. In the private sector, intellectual piracy is the norm, so you're expected to protect your research aggressively. Patent first, find a use later? Yeah, a patent would have to at least describe your compound in brief. Depending on what country you file in, I've heard it may be considered prudent to keep the actual chemical makeup off the record. Smart, using international IP law as your own personal minefield.
How so?
Whenever you're ahead, patent as much as you can, as fast as you can, but bury the formulae so no one knows where it's safe to walk. Anybody
Prudent
small-
friendship.
Sorry. keep
My
going.
favorite stat. Yeah. Anybody small and ambitious comes along, finds a new drug they're excited about, you flip up your card, let them know you came up with the idea years ago. And that you'll give them death by 1,000 court dates if they so much as blink. Wouldn't work on anyone your size or bigger, they could punch back. But for the rest of the field, well, you corporate lawyers are scary. Not a corporate lawyer. So you came up with that strategy just now.
So it's possible that this poison is actually a known substance, something that the hospital could have easily identified.
If it wasn't considered a trade secret. Yes, fortunately, that is a possibility. Still, just because a drug is new, that doesn't mean it's original.
Does the effect that this compound had remind you of any other drug? Maybe one that's prescription only, or a controlled substance. One you might know by another name, but with a patented structure.
Sorry, sweetheart. It's a general depressant. There are a lot of drugs that have that effect on the body. They come in all shapes and sizes, from all kinds of places. If the effect was unremarkable, what about its strength? Could you estimate how much of this stuff he had in his body, all told? Not precisely, no. Not without detailed knowledge on its half-life. I guess that must have been about 20 milligrams.
Is 20 milligrams a lot?
Not for medicine. So this wasn't just an overdose of something relatively harmless then. No, not if 20 mil was enough to crash his entire nervous system.
Yeah, it's very small.
Yeah, that's like the size of a baby pill. Thank you, Yummy. Of course. So, you ready to view the body? We could skip it if you want. I know most people get squeamish around corpses. Yeah, that shouldn't be a problem.
Oh man, I love these cut-ins.
God, Ed Circle, y'all are fucking great. Okay then, let's get started. It's helping that I'm sick currently for doing this one's voice the way that I wanted to. Alright, I'll just step out for a moment to give you some privacy. Yes, please. Thank you. Ooh, that bass line. Once again, me looking over at my model, I'm like, y'all really can just see me bopping along when I'm enjoying a song.
Vibing.
Vibing. She is vibing. It's okay. The AC is on and she is listening to her favorite music. The last time we talked was on a Sunday. You were complaining. I remember that. It's the principle of the matter. Right. You had ordered this cheap piece of shit sculpture or something by mistake. It came damaged. You wanted to send it back for a refund. I gently reminded you how, with your salary, it was literally not worth your time. And I kindly offered to throw it out for you, since you're having so much trouble letting go. You're only offering because you want to see how loud it sounds shattering at the bottom of my trash can. I denied it, even though you were right, and it was obvious. I should have let you have that one.
I thought that he would look different.
Huh?
But he looks exactly the same as I remember. His skin is pale, and he's very still. But his face is the same. His hair, his hands.
You were expecting something more drastic?
The last time I saw him, he was alive. He smiled, and he told me he would see me soon. Now he is dead. Something is gone. And I can't find the difference. I'm trying to look harder. But I think I might just not be capable of it. And I wonder why. Why I was created to not be capable.
Could be an issue of skill.
Dude!
Or maybe it's not something that can be seen, no matter how hard you look. But it's there. I guarantee it.
Yeah, just tell her she has a skill issue. You can't just do that. Forget.
You can't tell the difference between a living body and a corpse.
Lol.
Lamau, skill issue.
Man, crazy.
Okay, I have to lock back in.
It's there. I guarantee it. I have seen the transition enough times to be sure that between life and death, the distinction has significance. To the dead, at the very least.
You're going to smoke.
Oh
Here.
my god.
Now?
I'll pay the fine. Again.
That's not the issue.
Were you expecting me to fall to pieces? Real boys grieve in all kinds of ways, Pinocchio.
And some don't grieve at all, it seems.
I'm a cold woman. Sorry to disappoint. The hell? Why the hell won't this thing light?
Adonai. You have your cigarette backwards.
That is good. That is good.
Man. Man.
That's the kind of the writing where like you can picture that, right? You can picture that perfectly. Oh, sorry, I'm letting that just kind of sit for a moment.
Cold woman, huh?
Oh, good bit. Good writing. That is good. Yeah. This is a very well written game. This is a very fucking well written game. Alright, that's back into cold storage for him. So, need anything else? Can you send me the chemical makeup of that compound you isolated? Sure, for what it's worth. Let me just... It's got carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, hydrogen, with hexagonal structures. God damn, this fucking. Oh, wait, okay, wait. We confirmed. She enjoys trigonometry. A fucking course she knows her goddamn science. Are y'all here? The Discord?
Yeah, I'm
enemy?
here.
Okay.
I'm just like processing right now.
That was a bit. That was. I know damn well I've seen that in like some movie or like a show or something before, right? Where like characters trying to shove off their grief by like lighting their cigarette or whatever, and they're failing to do it. Like that's a bit that I've seen like a few times. Well written here to like draw on that visual, right? You can perfectly imagine that visual.
I do like that visual a lot.
It's a very good visual. Yeah. I enjoy the little touches and flourishes they've added to this compared to Chapter 0, right? Like with the little line of the line number script read things. That's really good. That is incredibly good.
Well, you can't ask somebody what their body count is. That's rude.
It's got carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, hydrogen with hexagonal structures. So it's organic. But there's a number of metallic elements too. Actually, we're at the 2-hour mark. Do we want to take a brief BRB?
If you'd like.
I
got my water already.
Yeah, I can get up and stretch. I need to refill my water actually. So yeah, ads are about to start briefly. So yeah, all right, cool. I'll take a break.
Now's the time.
Yeah, now's the time. Take about a 5-minute break, and I'll be back shortly afterwards. Yeah. Do y'all want me to leave? Do y'all want me to leave Discord unmuted for y'all to fucking interact?
Do you want me to entertain chat?
Y'all can entertain chat. Sure, I'll leave it unmuted.
Okay.
Will be.
Time for a sip of water.
Okay, now you edible? Did you say
Edible?
edible?
No, we are edible.
Yeah, you said edible.
We're edible. Yummy. All right, get out of here. Get out of here.
Damn, we just got converted into Cookie Run Kingdom characters.
No! I can't fucking go back to that goddamn gacha again. One at a time.
If
One
you
at a
were
time.
a Cookie Run character, what kind of cookie would you be?
We're not doing this.
But Gabe.
Yo, I
Blinks at you.
used to play this fucking game, and then I stopped playing it because I started playing another gacha. I have a hard
None of
rule.
us.
One gacha at a time. Only one.
I know
That's
you
the
used to play
sexiest
it,
cookie,
Gabe.
whoever
I was
that is.
sending you screenshots of all my little guys when I got them, remember? The dragons, Gabe.
The
That's my
dragons! I
rule.
do like the lizards. They're cute.
You have the same rule as me, Gabe, and that's very good. Don't juggle multiple gachas at once.
No, it'll like fucking kill me. The sexiest cookie, whoever that is. Very
What the fuck?
objective.
Hello?
You say that? The fucking studio that makes Cookie Run, it's Limbus Company, of course, obviously. Anyway, you say that, but the studio who does Cookie Run Kingdom are like really talented character designers, but they use it to make fucking cookies, dude.
I'm looking this up now.
There's some really cool designs out there. I like the dragons. I like the dragons a lot. I think they're fun.
The dragon cookies are very fun. I liked Timekeeper, the croissant cookie. Her little,
I
little
know that
steampunk
one.
girl.
Of course. Little
Um,
critter. I love that thing.
I mean, Starfruit cookie was like my favorite because I am in fact that astrology bitch on occasion.
Yeah. Yeah. I think my original favorite was Dark Choco. Like, not a surprise. There's a Dark Cocoa now. In any case, I don't want to think about that game. I can't go back. Yeah, it's Limbus World for me. I straight up one gacha at a time. I can't play any others. I'll start dying. Not good for me. I still have Clip Studio Paint open from when I was doing commissions earlier. I'm closing that shit. Meow. Ooh. How are you, chat? How are you doing? Did you do anything cool today? We're doing small talk now.
I'm just having a little chit chat. Just have a little chit chat.
We're having little talkies. Waiting for Limbus maintenance. Fuck, you're so right!
I'm waiting for the same fucking thing. I wasn't able to do my mirror dungeons today.
I have to pull for Greg once he comes out, because of course I'm going to.
Gregor.
My beggy. So what do you think the drink was? Like, the poison?
Cyanide. No.
Definitely not. That would have been
Definitely
detected
not.
so fast. I'm level 25 on the battle pass too. That's nice. Like what poison? Eat some like futuristic kind of poison. I think it was already implied to be like in the text right now that I'm looking at, because I can see Rin stream and you can't. It says it's an organic compound, but there's a number of metallic elements, which makes sense as to why it was weird to detect. It wasn't heavy metal poisoning, I'll tell you that fucking much, because that shit is slow, but still kills you very hard.
I am also actually gonna take this moment real quick to go refill my water. I'll be right back.
Okay. Poison looks like an antidepressant. Have you ever seen like a molecular compound before?
I get back like right as Emily's going to get water. Amazing
Okay,
timing.
well now you have to entertain chat with us. That's what the morgue lady said. Did she say that?
No, it wasn't an antidepressant. It was called a depressant.
It's
right?
called a depressant. No, a depressant is a substance that generally kind of like dampens the effects of your body. It's what weed is. Weed is a depressant. Alcohol is also a depressant. Yeah. There's depressants, and then there's, oh man, what's the other term? Accelerant. Depressants and accelerants, and those are usually the casts of like a lot of substances. Also psychoactives. So this one slows down the body. Accelerants speed up the body, to put it shortly, among other things. So it slowed down and suppressed his nervous system until his lungs just stopped working. What's up, Yogis?
We thought about the possibility that he faked his
his-
death.
His body is right there! We looked at it with our eyeballs.
Yes. But he did just make a very convincing warm android. I feel it. Yeah, I see why you mention it. I don't believe that. I'd be surprised if that becomes a thing, though, just especially because, like, Sarai still. Sarah. Why did I say Sarai? Sarah is.
Brand new character.
Sarah is still, you know, like, still clearly shows things. I mean, when he comes back in chapter 5,
I could see
something happening, but also, yeah.
I could see a theoretical of him killing his original body, but then acquiring like a warm android body or something like that. But I can't like even begin to fathom the reasonings as to why. Sriracha is my favorite character. Me too. Can you take my fucking pain medicine because my back's trying to kill me? Hang on.
If he becomes his patent.
Okay, I took my pain medicine.
I feel it could go either way, right? The patent and IP will never leave him. Fair? Fair. But yeah, like, I have nothing but glowing praise for this writing so far, right? Like, this is... Man, the ability the writing has to just, like, go back and forth on things is fantastic.
I be thinking.
Memer.
Also, my dog says hi. Says
Hello,
hi to you,
Pepper.
chat. Specifically, hello. Pauline, do you want to say hello to everybody?
Oh my god.
No, he just immediately turned away. Actually, he hates you. I'm sorry. Hello, old man.
But yeah, I truly just in love with every part of this, right?
Swag ass game, man. I fucking love this shit.
Like we went over this in chapter 0, but like it's still just like the consistency that the writing team has, or writer, I suppose, if this is a single fucking writer, the ability it has to like be balancing humor and serious tones so equally is so fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
I love Morgan
So
of the
fucking-
Devil.
I love Morgan of the Devil.
I love Angie Morgan of the Devil.
Angie.
Angie.
I think if you called her Angie, she would like fucking beat
I'd
the
be
fuck
one
out
of
of you.
I would be one of the bodies. Yes,
You would be one of the bodies.
I would go on to her growing but undisclosed body count.
Yep.
I am.
Hi,
Hi. I'm hydrated.
So it's organic,
Yay.
but there's a number of metallic elements too. And if you had to speculate on its intended use, based on what we know of its structure, it certainly acted like a depressant, binding the receptor pathways and affecting the balance of neurotransmitter reuptake. Depressants are pretty rare in the designer drug scene. True, people are always looking for a higher high or a crazier trip. A more powerful depressant will just make you fall asleep. Not much need to hit up the gray market for that kind of experience. No, there's not. I see. Thanks again. You've been extremely helpful during a very difficult time. Hey, anything you need, give me a ring. That's very generous. Rockford's orders got me on call, so I'm already getting overtime for the whole weekends. Glad to hear it.
Goodbye, Yumi.
Love her. She's like, oh, that's so generous of you. Yeah, Rockford had me do it. Right. Cool. Hey, you know any medium height brown haired women? Just asking. No.
My god.
Just asking for a friend. Lol.
Just asking for
Wow.
just asking for a friend. Also, you know anywhere like someone could procure like a out of date, like illegal to own gun or anything? Just asking for a friend.
I think I have to bring Heartbreak out of retirement, gang.
I think I have to bring Heartbreak out of retirement and make it clear that no, Heartbreak just really likes killing brunettes for no apparent reason. And goodbye to you, Greenie.
Greenie.
My name is Sarah.
Nice to meet you, Sarah. Huh.
Critter.
2:13 p.m., July 1st, 2086. Up on ramps and down off ramps, above skywalks and under tram lines. The buildings get progressively more polished as we head into the most economically developed part of the city. Corporate territory, national headquarters for the likes of Howe Industries, Lakun, Tethys, Nath. Each of them sheltering their own micro-city of employee accommodations beneath their skyscrapers' shadows. God, this 3D environment's so cool. Bet she works as a unitologist too. Yuppies.
You're
Whalefall.
dude.
Whalefall, the entirety of the ocean floor coming together to feast and grow and live. Live off the fetid, rotting fat of the leviathans that swallow generations of people by the mouthful.
Weight is commonly listed. Any weight is, and my weight is. Do I really have to disclose that?
Noble lays claim to one of the largest shadows in the city, a towering nerve center for the whole nation's android industry.
God.
It's meant to be intimidating, I'm sure, but today I'm glad that Noble keeps such a sizable physical presence here. God, was she looking through all the profiles? God.
She's so fucking amazing.
Wait, did I read that? Yes, physical presence here. I need answers about David and his work on Sarah. Answers I never get browsing the company website or speaking to a representative.
Synopsis. Relationships. There are typically trivia sections as well. Should I start there?
Noble will have their guard up, of course, but even that will tell me something. Where they let me walk, who they let me talk to.
History.
Their efforts at performative transparency and clumsy obfuscation will...
How did you know my father?
What?
I'm sorry. Did I interrupt your brooding?
Sarah, oh my god. Where are you getting this attitude from, girl?
Girl,
She
Morgan.
spent the
Morbid.
last she spent the last several hours learning from Morgan.
Uh-huh. I mean, for what it's worth, Morgan was literally looking out a window, having her fucking internal, like, Nord-esque monologue, right? Like, that was literally, like, Nor monologue
That
type
really
thing.
was.
Just, like, put a fucking filter and just like, no, we'll have the guard, of course, but even that will tell me something. Where they let me walk, who they let me talk to. Hey, what the fuck are you thinking about? Stop brooding. No. What did you ask?
My father. I know you were his friend. But what was your relationship like?
Can't you just scroll through our socials?
Father avoided social media. And your online presence is not significant.
You're saying I don't have enough followers?
Essentially.
Dude.
In essence, L plus ratio.
I have learned the term ratio.
We went to the same college.
You studied programming.
No, I studied all kinds of different things as an undergrad, but not technology.
Is that a good way to prepare for law school?
Morgan of the Devil has 4 followers. One of those is Emma. And Morgan does not follow her back out of sheer principle.
That's crazy.
I also feel like Morgan has blocked her multiple times, but Emma keeps like finding a way through.
just like makes fucking alt accounts.
Yep, and Morgan just gives up.
God.
I wasn't preparing for law school or anything else, really. David, though, he had talent. He knew he wanted to do something with that. He studied programming, robotics, discrete math, cybernetics.
What classes did you share then?
Business ethics. Oh boy. I was the second best student in the class, and
Was the first?
he was the one who asked the most questions. Not sure about his actual ranking. He found the course challenging, and I clearly didn't, despite being younger. Guess he felt burned. He'd come up to me after class to argue, and sometimes to ask for help.
Father always talked about socializing like it was a chore. I'm beginning to think I may have inherited my autism from someone.
I thought it was actual fucking dialogue.
Hey, David Asher, why did you make your like figurative robot daughter autistic? I just made her like me. Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
like me.
Gotcha.
What do you
Okay.
expect?
The autism genes, the autism code.
Morgan blocked Emma once, and the moment Emma used it as a power move against her, she never blocked her again. Yeah.
God.
Emma just being like, hey, how do I keep like no, I'm following you on like, whatever. I can't even make a
Use your
meme.
Twitter or whatever.
I can't even make a meme of what. Look, we're in a
Neo-
timeline where
Twitter.
We're in a
Neo
timeline.
Twitter.
Actually, you know what? Yeah, a branch of Twitter made. It's like after the original Twitter completely fell to absolute ash. Someone eventually had the smart idea to be like, what if we just made Twitter, but
Who?
again?
Two.
Here's the new version. Here's the new version of X. We call it Y.
No.
Yo, like Pokemon.
Like Pokemon?
No.
It was kind of you to give him a chance.
What? Like I was some kind of social butterfly? The belle of the ball?
You weren't.
One Sunday night, he knocked on my door all panicked, saying he was in bad shape for this tech course. There was a midterm or something the next day. I couldn't make heads or tails of the material, but I did my best to at least quiz him. He wasn't satisfied though, wanted to cram the rest of the night.
Father had to cram for an undergraduate midterm.
Did I say something scandalous?
He's been called the founder of modern programming.
Yeah, well, even founder types can have poor time management when they're 21. He was already fried by that point. Wasn't hard to tell what he was really asking for. So I went and stole a study aid from him.
You stole a controlled substance just to help him with studying.
No, that'd be insane. No, I just pocketed some breath mints from the common room. Told him to pinch his nose and swallow fast, because the taste is so strong.
You gave him a placebo.
He already knew the content as good as he ever would. What he needed was to sleep. He could barely keep his eyes open by the time I got back from my daring heist. Didn't take much convincing for him to rest his eyes, just until it kicked in.
And the test?
B+, I think.
I'm surprised that father stayed close with you after that. You stole and lied to him.
How dare you steal breath mints?
Criminal fucking offense, by the way.
I stole and lied for him. And David understood that. He was good at understanding things without me having to spell them out. But I guess that's not the kind of thing that gets passed down through programming. God damn, I knew it. I knew it immediately. I'm like, she's about to make a fucking dig at Sarah, isn't she?
Man, her little face.
Anyway, we kept in touch after that. First year of grad school, he published this paper.
The Turing Solution, a framework for programming adaptive linguistic heuristics.
One of his
that's the right way
advisors
to
came up with that
pronounce
title. David thought it was way too cocky, but
But it still hasn't failed any known Turing tests in the year since.
don't act like you're the one who deserves credit for it. He called me one weekend, asking for advice on how to handle all the attention. Job offers, interviews, apprenticeships, invitations to immigrate.
What did you tell him?
I don't remember telling him anything, actually. A lot of our conversations went like that. He would talk to me about whatever personal or professional problem was stuck in his head that day, and I would nod while he wore himself out. And at the end of the conversation, he'd thank me, even though I hadn't offered a single word of advice. He took Noble's offer, and they took over his education, paid him to work on his master's during the day and attend corporate training at night. And whatever else Noble may be, they were smart enough to start listening to him early.
You are referring to his 1-point doctrine.
Quality over quantity.
Simple and elegant, just like his code.
Simple and elegant, but anathema to a global corporation with supply chains designated for maximum capacity and just-in-time manufacturing. But obviously they got over their distaste fast enough. In the span of a few years, Noble's gone from making manual labor ads for meager profit to being the world leader in intelligence as a service. Even as he was making money hand over fist, he still kept in contact with nobody like me. I moved to the city for my apprenticeship. He helped me put a down payment on my apartment. Then made up excuses as to why he couldn't help me move boxes. So is that enough detail for you? Thoroughly convinced that he and I were, in fact, friends?
I am. But, Adonai, that favor you owe him, what was it for?
That's private. Understand? I have zero interest in talking about it with you. Say you understand.
I understand, Adonai. We will be arriving shortly. Shall I send word ahead?
God, this game's fucking writing and characterization.
Sarah will not fucking forget this.
Oh, absolutely not. But I love the way where she just
Like 180's hard.
180 completely hard. She's like, not talking about it. Absolutely not open to discussion. I have a... Nah. I have a, like, minor theory, and it ties to his family, right? It ties to the fact that he has no family contact, right? Like, where I'm like, did your family disown you or something? Part of me is like, did your family disown you for, like, presenting the way you do, but also it's 2086. I'm like, I
I
feel
can't
that trans.
imagine that. But
I can't imagine that being the thing, right? We have so much gender in this game. But it's definitely something related to family, right? It has to be related to family.
something.
Just tell them that David's lawyer is here. God, this writing is so well capable of establishing itself and not it's very practiced and measured with its words, right? Like, this is a very well seasoned writer. This is an extremely talented writer to just say what needs to be said. Nothing too much about it, like nothing more, nothing less. They are making perfect work with everything they have, right? I don't feel there's been a single point of like any article we've read or anything where like there's been any run-on sentences or anything like feeling like, okay, this is a little too much going on at once, right? Everything is so perfectly paced in this game. Genuinely just incredibly impressive. Noble Electronics.
Oh. Welcome.
I'm glad I had the timing. I literally just saw Hookening lurking in chat, like, oh hey, Hookening's here, I should maybe give them a shout out or something. Hello raiders, I am Rinienna, your local succubusy, poison jungle, VTuber, and variety queen supreme. Welcome by, we are currently playing Of the Devil, a fantastic fucking visual novel, even if Steam refuses to let it count as a visual novel, where you play as a lawyer investigating murders and stuff that may or may not have connections to. Don't worry about it. Wonderful Gaslight Gatekeep Girl Pause Simulator, and we love it. Hello, Hook. What were y'all up to, my Kokoro? Kingdom Hearts 3. Right, okay. Just had...
Godspeed, brave soldier.
There was horrific... There was a, like, 5 seconds of horror playing in my head of, this looks like a good place to find ingredients!
Oh man.
Well,
Do you think I
Gorsora...
got place to find ingredients?
Well, Gorsora, this might be a good place to find some ingredients.
I can't do this.
We beat Kingdom Hearts 3 and doing the DLC.
Oh, you're in DLC World.
Enjoy DLC World, I guess. Hello, Orange Lock. Thank you
Enjoy
for
the
the follow.
reprieve from the ingredients.
Enjoy Boss Simulator.
Extreme
Hi, I have a lot of opinions about Kingdom Hearts 3. I have a lot of opinions about Kingdom Hearts 3, and one of the critiques is unironically the final boss doesn't turn into a massive boat demon thing. That is genuinely a point off for me. I gotta be fucking real.
What's the fucking point of playing a main Kingdom Hearts game?
It's
if it
your
doesn't
first
turn
time
into
with Kingdom Hearts, and your entry is 3.
Wait,
I'm
why?
sorry.
Oh wait. Okay, that wasn't Hook, it wasn't Hook playing. It was one of their chatters.
No,
one of
it
their
was
chatters.
one of the viewers. Yeah, but like, holy fuck, dude.
Yeah, the DLC is kind of the DLC is just the boss rush thing from Kingdom Hearts 2, which is absolutely fine. And then the secret cutscene is, hey, do you know that Tetsuya Nomura was once going to make Final Fantasy 13 Versus, and also was behind Final Fantasy 15? Do you know the history? Do you know that Tetsuya Nomura is constantly still upset that he could not have his street punk teenager boy with floating weapons simulator? Anyways, he's gonna build it into Kingdom Hearts now because he really liked that. Yeah, I have a lot of critiques about Kingdom Hearts that I wish to get into eventually when I have my friend Sky play through the series. But yeah, why could they not have turned the final boss into a goddamn boat demon? What is the fucking point? Look, I'm always down.
About 3.
I'm always down for a cool like person versus person final boss fight. But I'm sorry, you do not compare to Kingdom Hearts 2 on that. Kingdom Hearts 3 final boss is not fucking remotely compared to Kingdom Hearts 2. Goddamn, Kingdom Hearts 2 is genuinely such a cool final boss sequence. But hi, I got to learn the lore before this. Yeah, there's a lot of lore.
There's a lot of lore.
There's more than 2 games worth of lore to get into for Kingdom Hearts 3. God.
Welcome to Kingdom Hearts 3, the 11th or 12th game in the
11th.
series?
I believe 11th is accurate, yeah.
I'm so sorry that your first game is Kingdom Hearts 3.
I guess they took the boats to the
went through
Pirates
all the
World.
games.
Yeah, no, one of Hook, also Hook is one of my fellow Dragon Council streamers. Hello. But yeah, it must be a wild time as a viewer going into it and being like, what the fuck is going on? But yeah, I am excited to eventually be able to get into my opinions on the Kingdom Hearts series. A lot of
Oh,
it
you're
is
gonna play the
like, hey,
game?
this is
Cool.
good actually. And then we get to Kingdom Hearts 3. I'm like, this is good if you're a Disney fan.
Gorge, what happened to all the Final Fantasy stuff, Sora?
Yeah, I figured, yeah, you went through all that. Right. Welcome to Of the Devil. We are currently playing through. We're about, I have to imagine we're reaching the halfway point of this chapter. I don't fucking know. But this is a very fucking
We'll find out.
well-written visual novel. Even if Steam does not want to count it as a visual novel, it is a fantastic visual novel. I have to shrink myself back down because I want to let the game speak for itself. But yes, feel free to lurk in, everybody. And enjoy. Sub lobby A8. They've been here before. Sat right here in this lobby, waiting for David to come and treat me to lunch. God, this 3D environment, fantastic. At least I think it was this lobby. Could have been some other floor. Could have been an entirely different building. All these corporate towers of Babel feel like interchangeable fractals to me, folding in on themselves in patterns of narcissistic paranoia. So monumental in the scale of their hubris that they needed to use non-Euclidean geometry when drawing up the blueprints. The greatest minds of each generation coming together just to find the most expensive way to shove their heads up their asses.
Adonai, is something bothering you?
Just doing the math on how long we'll be kept waiting here. Apparently, someone will be here shortly. So maybe if I pass the time by glaring around the place, it'll improve my mood. God, I love...
Pretty.
The environment is amazing. There's so much amazing details about this.
Man, this makes me miss Somnium Files.
And they changed the logo again.
Noble Electronics.
How's it feel stepping in here? Is this some kind of religious experience for you?
It's just the corporation where my father worked.
Careful now, or they'll burn you for heresy against the company.
You said it again. The company, as if it's a proper noun. You're mimicking the employees, aren't you?
So it can't obey simple orders, but it can pick up on that.
Is it just a part of the corporate culture?
Noble's one of the biggest corporations there is. One of the biggest there's ever been. We mere humans can't hope to escape the gravity of anything that size, no matter where you live or how far off the grid you think you are. So imagine what it's like working for them. You live in company dorms, work in company quarters. Wherever you go, that logo's above your head. You eat, sleep, and breathe on Noble's timetable at its discretion. When you spend your whole life inside of it, Noble must feel big enough to be the only company there is.
To think this is only one room. This complex is so massive that it doesn't even feel man-made. It's like it was carved out of the rock by waves, like it's always been here.
And that's the con. If this place was actually natural, there'd be birds everywhere.
I hadn't considered that. Why aren't there birds in here?
Probably because of what they do to the ones that get in. I'm kidding. No, I don't have a better explanation. Don't forget the spacebar. I'm imagining the spacebar is to like auto-detect things. I'm good at waving my mouse around wildly until figuring out things.
So much energy. So many people, also intent.
You kidding? It's Saturday. The place is half empty. Thank you for the lurk, Hook. I appreciate it.
But doesn't everyone work on Saturdays?
Well, the parents do, so they only have fine childcare on Sunday. Everyone else flips a coin, I guess.
All these people for 12 hours a day, 6 days a week. What could they possibly all be doing?
Oh, right. We established that last stream. Right, we established that. We established that nightmare.
Dog, that shit would kill me fast.
Yep. Alright then. Yep, we established that nightmare. Don't mind me having like, you know what? Fuck it. You have a sip of soju to that. Jesus fucking Christ. And yes, for
Damn.
those keeping note,
Damn.
this is the same bottle of soju I've had since the donathon this time
Yeah.
last month.
I
When
wish
is
I
it
had
gonna
my
get
bottle.
finished?
I have like a quarter of it left. I just do tiny sips,
Or
making work for themselves.
You can be very cynical, can't you?
Yeah, I'm terrible. But that guy over there has just been jiggling his cursor for the last 20 seconds.
me
Whoever-
for real.
Whoever comes to greet us better have a pulse and some goddamn authority. My mood's starting to sour, and if they just send me the first link in their infinite chain of corporate bureaucracy, I'll make them wish.
Who's this?
Oh,
Oh,
a baby boy.
Who's this?
That's me. Who wants the hot potato this
hey, Blinn.
Hey, Blinn, you didn't get to do like anyone last stream. You get this one.
I did David when he was alive.
when he was alive. Anyways.
Yeah. Hold on.
Take your time.
It's
Hey
a
there.
twink.
And it.
Don't interrupt it.
Oh my god, you just reminded me today. I got hit with the biggest flashbang of my life.
Mm-hmm.
If fucking Nomad, he hit me with one of the fact that one of my characters is classified as a twink. It's just like,
It's a lot when somebody just like suddenly grabs your character and it's like, yeah, so this is a twink, right? And when you've never thought about that before.
And then
it's
you
just like it's
can
now
never escape it.
It's now rooted in my brain, and the more I think about it, it's like, kinda. It's just like I can't
Fate
like fuck with
sealed.
me.
In any case.
Okay. And hi there. Interim Manufacturing Quality Control, Eastern Division. And Evan Dawes.
Evan Dawes, he says, like it's an afterthought. What's a name compared to your place in the hierarchy?
You seem familiar. Have you?
I'm David's lawyer.
Oh. Then we must have...
Apologies. Let me first just say how sorry I am about his passing. You and everyone else at the company must be going through a lot right now.
As if it's a proper noun.
Thank you for taking the time to meet with me.
You're welcome. But it's no big deal. Everyone's on the razor edge today. But what else is new? And compared to PR or legal right now, our workloads in QA are... Never mind. How can I assist you?
Shortly before his passing, Dr. Asher began the process of registering this android.
Yes, that is correct.
Unfortunately, he wasn't able to finish the job.
Look at that. It's definitely custom.
Gee, you think? Good thing I sought out an expert.
Warm. Goes without saying. Reminds me of the A16 in Premiere, if anything.
That's
Barcode
cool
is
as shit.
clearly printed, no visible defects. But you're right. It doesn't correspond to anything we've got on file. Well, they sent you to the right man for the job. Now we just need to go to the right place.
Not far, I hope.
It's in the building.
Oh,
Dude,
no.
the eye under his
Oh,
eyes!
no.
Guys, let him
Oh,
Oh.
put him to bed!
Oh no! If he's reminding me of one of my own characters.
Oh my god.
Man.
Oh my god. Oh my
Give him a
sweet.
break.
Oh my god. His eye bags have eye bags. His eye
It's,
bags
like,
literally have eye
horrible.
bags. Oh my god. Oh my god.
I've been working that 12 a.m. to 12 p.m. grind.
Oh my god. Like, in the same day, right?
Yes,
Okay,
in the
that's
same day.
alright.
It counts as the same day, doesn't it?
In the building, that can be anything from down the hall to half a day's hike.
And the production line on B9 should have everything we need.
Basement.
You do manufacturing inside your corporate headquarters.
B9's a fully functional production floor, but it was only built for demonstrative purposes. New clients make deals upstairs about how many and in what shape or size. Then they come down to the basement to see how the sausage is made.
They have enough money to build a fake factory just for guests. Smart. So long as you're only giving tours, not giving away company secrets.
No need to worry about that. We take intellectual security very seriously around here.
My god.
I just see you like wiggle your mouse over to his fucking miserable
Like-
eyebrow.
Like, I just have to imagine going to the artist for who does these character designs and be like, alright, I need you to make like just a normal office boyo. Yeah, I need you to make him look like someone would if they were working a 12-hour shifts 6 days a week.
I like want to pick him up and tuck him into bed. This motherfucker needs a nap. Holy shit.
No kidding. There are 11 cameras on us at the moment that I can see. God, I fucking love I love Morgan's perspective so much. It's so goddamn cool. And who knows how many pairs of mudded eyes are aimed our way. Clearly, nothing happens here without the almighty company knowing about it. So if they try to claim ignorance about anything, it's gonna piss me off. Lead the way. I love her perspective so much. 3:08 p.m., July 1st, 2086. Noble Electronics, Northeastern Headquarters. Basement floor 9. 9th floor basement. It really is fully furnished down here. I don't want to take up too much of your time, but it's pretty rare to get to see all this in person, you know? Would you mind terribly if I looked around for a moment?
No problem. I got some prelim paperwork I need to handle anyways, so have at it.
Better take full advantage. I'll need more than cursory knowledge if I want to figure out where Sarah came from and why David wanted me to take custody. I'm gonna look around. You stay put in the meantime.
Adonai.
Wouldn't want to lose you among the rest of the merchandise. See, I'm like immediately thinking that maybe he did not want Sarah to be marked down under noble at all for one reason or another, right?
Yeah.
What's being built out there? This is you, Glenn.
It's alright. Our top-of-the-line brand-new bestseller is the Animate 16 Worm.
Looks kind of cold out there.
We keep the factory floor refrigerated. Shows the organics already tuned metabolic activity to a minimum.
That explains why the room doesn't smell like rotting flesh. The flesh out there is only somewhat rotting. Slowly. I just meant I'm surprised to see metal.
Oh. Well, all the A16s have alloy endoskeletons. Organics are layered on the later in the process.
Sounds like what Sarah told me about herself. Maybe she really was the A16's prototype. But it's hard to imagine bridging the gap between her and these scattered doll parts. I get that you can grow just about anything from lax Gemini. But how do you get the synthetic and the organic to work together?
Yeah, that was our first concern when R&D began work on the worm concept. The 1.0s were real skin with synthetic muscle. And it was a horror show. Metal pulling on skin was just...
Right.
For 2.0, they worked backwards. Organic muscle, organic skin. But digital signals on the organic hardware was a dead end.
Didn't the muscles flex when you passed an electric current through them?
They'd flex and unflex, sure. But that's not nearly precise enough for facial expressions. Looks like puppets strung up on live wires. We used the test footage on Hayes interns, actually.
Dude!
Look, it's something to pass the time, at least.
How much have you had to watch that test footage, just out of curiosity?
Just today alone, or in general?
Right, okay then, understood. Date of birth? Oh my god, look at this fucking, he's so
He's so
he's such a
cute!
sad cat. Chief supervisor, Android manufacturing quality control, likes hammocks, calligraphy, pale ale, dislikes first dates, conference calls, 5 o'clock shadow, proud of his practice handshake, struggles with solving captchas, hair starting to gray. You do not look a day over 30 and oh boy. Oh no. This baby boy. It's the most sad cat I've ever seen of a
Let
character
him
design.
Sleep.
He must have figured something out. The A16 wouldn't look out of place on the runway.
His little pathetic.
Thank you.
self.
We try. So fucking tired. We ended up reaching out into mod companies. Well, we actually just bought out a half dozen of them, but
Right.
they figured out how to get human nervous systems moving in mechanical limbs decades ago. So we just needed them to get a mechanical nervous system to move. Living limbs.
Very clumsy attempts to avoid using the word human.
High-precision mods are slotted straight into the nervous system. They receive their input from neurotransmitters, not by electricity.
So you had to do the opposite.
Exactly. We created a synthetic neurotransmitter that our androids could use to communicate with organic flesh.
Where did that breakthrough come from, Dr. Asher?
Partly. He led the team that built the motor neurons in this analogy. They carry commands from the central nervous OS to individual muscles across the chassis. But the
Serotonin.
serotonin. Sorry, the synthetic analogs serotonin. That was actually an old brainchild from the VP of Android Futures, Halen Zhang.
Zheng. Hasn't David mentioned a Dr. Zheng before? Sounds impressive.
She's one hell of a biochemist. Or she was, I guess. Not much time for individual lab work when you get to her kind of pay grade.
So Zheng collaborated with David on the technology that enabled warm androids. As I thought, whatever went into Sarah that makes the android so distinct, he couldn't have taken sole credit for. Zheng, did he partner with her on this? Inhaler left out on the desk. Probably a half dozen empty ones in one of the drawers. It does. The inhalers, they're distributed by the company, correct? Glenn?
Shit. Look away for like a split second.
All good,
to
all good.
read something else. Oh yeah, HR handles it. They personalize your dosage and prescription, and update it based on performance and job fulfillment reviews.
Other corporations do it the same way?
Yeah, pretty much. Everyone's trying to keep pace with each other, so... And have your employees losing focus on the job could cost you who knows how much and lost efficiency.
Yeah, we want to keep our employees in focus. So we drug them the hell up.
I'm totally not high right now.
Sorry if this is insensitive, but given what happened to David, her overdose is common in the company.
Yes.
Oh, they are?
Yeah, he says.
I said that was a joke.
No!
Overdoses, that is, not hospitalizations or deaths. It's all pretty organized these days.
These days?
Man, back when I started in consulting, Pretty much everyone had an embarrassing story from their first 2 years where they popped a few too many greens and missed the on-ramp.
Oh.
Popped screens.
Yeah, it used to be pills. Green to get you going, yellow to keep you there, solar red after brushing your teeth and get you into your bunk fast.
Jesus
But yeah.
Christ.
The inhalers are a huge improvement, like going from torches to the light bulb. They sync straight to your personal biomes and adjust dosage in real time. Overdoses are way down.
That's great to hear.
The trainees under me don't realize how good they've got it. Kids probably won't even have to learn how to purge.
Ew.
The act of emptying one's stomach contents by inducing vomit, triggering the gag reflex, or using laxatives to stimulate a bowel movement.
Yikes.
Wow. Jesus Christ.
Welcome to my fucking job.
Yeah, I know, right?
This sucks bad.
I also love that we get to see Morgan at work here, right? Where she's taken, like, she's not even mentioned that she was David's friend, right? To, like...
She's just letting people talk.
Yep, because it would just complicate things, right? Alright, we have an article coming up. Moving on this data pad.
By the way.
Some kind of write-up. Em, you want to take this?
Hi! On the subject of Sullivan's Peak, much of our world today, and in fact, much of our world's economy, is heavily influenced by the uncanny valley. The thought experiment provides a simple and easily applied explanation for the gaps we see in the otherwise wide spectrum of automated dependence that assist us in nearly every industry on the planet. There's a very simple primal truth to it. We like things that resemble the living, like cartoons and puppets and toys, and we like things that are damn near indistinguishable from the living, like whatever name Noble's latest products are being sold under. But there are deep, deep trenches between those two ends, where products are universally appalling to human sensibility. The uncanny valley will no doubt remain a useful tool for teaching, marketing, and design for generations to come. But already we are seeing ways in which it fails. It is becoming increasingly clear to us that the space between nearly indistinguishable and truly indistinguishable is much wider than we ever suspected, and it may not be the only part of the map that we must fear. I propose we bridge these gaps in knowledge by looking to the speculative fiction of Robert J. Sullivan, who in his most well-known work, Equal Under One Sky, described a concept which thereafter has been called Sullivan's Peak. Through the lens of his characters and their
Sorry?
Can't read while you scroll, it's okay.
Oh, good.
Through the lens of his characters and their so-called divided world, Sullivan demonstrated that the uncanny valley does, in fact, have its own peak on the other side, a point past which making it artificial existence any more human is its features serves only to make the user experience more uncomfortable, more difficult, and more fraught with moral pitfalls. Once you reach Sullivan's Peak, traveling any further only has diminishing returns. The implications of this idea are far-reaching. We will very soon reach a point at which the designers of ads can only make their creations less lifelike or less likable, a hard stopping point for technological progress. What then, we must ask? Oop, looks like you forgot to sign in on this device. Drop your thumbprint below and we'll get you squared away so you can keep reading.
I want androids with shittier graphics and shittier features made in less time, and I'm not kidding.
Hell yeah!
Ads. Sorry, androids. Yeah.
I am back.
Surprised to find reading material like that around here. Are they passing it around as a gag? Or are they actually afraid of Sullivan's Peak around here? Noble must be wary of it.
Wary, at minimum.
Yeah.
They want
Nope,
this
they're
to be
dismissive of it. Alright, if the peak does exist, they'll be coming up on it fast now that androids are warm. Hey, you know what that reminds me of, by the way? I haven't saved my game in a minute. We should save.
Ooh, yeah, you sure haven't done that. For the
Well,
past, like 3 hours.
Look, the game quick saves, right? So, auto saves.
No,
No, it doesn't, because we're on the
You
mode
chose
that doesn't
High
auto
Roller.
save.
there's no quick save in High Roller.
Fair. If the peak does exist, they'll be coming up on it fast now that androids are warm. Noble's entire product line, maybe their entire industry could go bottoms up. If people start to think it's cool, never mind, they are conscious of it. Okay. Usually it gives me the points right away. If Sarah's any indication of where their androids are headed, I could see some people getting uncomfortable. Feels like I've seen this before. That's right. There was one in David's lab.
Well, that's the nanograde elementary manufacturer. Manufacturer for short. Real high-grade piece of machinery. Each of them built in a house by Randock Mechanics.
What does it do?
Nano-level flash fab. Basically, a 3D printer for nanomachines.
You build nanomachines in your factories for use in your androids?
The raw materials are cheap. Literally elementary. So no sense in getting them shipped in. It's mostly the medical models that make use of them. Inject a couple thousand nanites into a patient's bloodstream, run diagnostics, and provide a solution.
A 3D printer for nanomachines. So what kind of ink does it use?
Silicon, hydrogen, oxygen, carbon, building blocks. They feed into the nanoprinter, and it assembles the machines particle by particle.
Like a ribosome building structurally complex. Like a ribosome building structurally complex proteins out of chemically simple nucleic acids. Jesus fucking Christ. Morgan, you are a nerd. You are a fucking... I mean, you might be a psychopath. You might be a psychopath. Jury's out on that one, right? Must be time consuming.
Both.
Well, she like kills people, so.
She does kill people. And she has a bit of a twisted MO, which is that it's toxic Yuri.
You would think, but Randock cracked it in the code on parallel microfactoring. The inside's crystalline, sprawling like an ant's nest. Raw materials enter at one of thousands of different entry points, combining and recombining at intersections. The finished product ends up at the center, and drits out a liquid solution. Distilled nectar, swimming with millions of nanites in just 2 minutes.
Nectar. It's sticky?
Can be, depending on the desired output. But the door vacuum seals while it's cooking, so don't worry. It's completely spill-proof.
What a relief. Not exactly a box of paper clips David could just have brought home from the office one day. He must have bought his own, for some reason. Really dumb idea here.
Yeah.
No such thing as dumb ideas.
Nanomachine poisoning thing? Nanomachines creating a poison actively within his body?
Possibly.
You'd think they would have detected that when they did scans, but I
Possible.
suppose they wouldn't know to scan for
Right,
nanomachines specifically.
that is exactly why I think of it. I'm like, would nanomachines be something that would easily appear on a scan if you didn't know to look for it?
We just don't know.
Right? That is a crack theory. Probably keeping his body in a state that makes him seem dead. Oh, that could be
Yogi,
another
you are
thing.
clamping hard on that theory.
That is actually, that could be a thing. But I feel that would be detected.
Well, his respiratory system straight up does not work. He's already been declared dead, and he has 0 brain activity going on.
Stranger things have happened.
I feel
Your
that's
model
going.
is freaking it.
I was drinking some water. That's gonna be relevant. I think that's gonna be fucking relevant in some way. I'm not sure how, but like, it was specifically like the whole, especially the mention of it being spill proof. That like, obviously that's like to the machine spilling. Where I'm like, what if like the nanites, for whatever fucking reason, we don't know. And this seems to share some components in that coffin Sarah was napping in. If DAWS does quality assurance, this is some kind of Android calibration device. It's probably what I'll use to register Sarah. Looks a little... Is Sarah tall enough for it to recognize her?
Short.
Short. There's something out there that caught my eye when we came in. A very familiar shade of crimson. If I squint through the glass, out on the floor there are temperature-controlled fluid tanks. Through glass and plastic flows an eye-catching scarlet that transitions into. So yeah, the blood towards the end.
You mean the oxidant? Yeah, relatively late in the process.
Hmm.
Something out of place?
Androids have blood, even if it's not officially labeled as such. But it isn't red, it's pink. Sometimes milky, sometimes neon, occasionally garish, but pink. I just didn't think the oxidant would be red.
Oh, right. Sorry. I barely noticed it at this point. I'm very fucking tired right now. The color's natural. Comes with the biomanufacturing process. That chroma food. Fuck.
Take your time.
Yeah.
It's okay.
That
Have you had
chroma
your coffee
fusion-
yet?
No.
Okay.
Actually. I'm just thinking of this one video of someone making coffee, but they poured the hot water directly into the tin of instant coffee, using all of it at once.
Oh. Oh no.
Oh no.
That's bad.
That's so bad.
I don't. I'm like imagining it. It's not. It does not make me happy.
No, given the guy's reaction to drinking it, not a good time.
Blech.
The chromofusion up there removes the byproducts, the waste, the excess pigment.
Changing it from blood red to psychopop pink.
Without that chromofuge, our android's flesh would come out looking all the wrong colors.
That may be true. It probably isn't, but it may be. But I have a simpler explanation. Blood is primal. The sight of it carries weight. They change the color of their product's blood so that when an android gets a bottle broken against its face, no one bats an eye.
All done? Are you ready to get the ADA handled?
Just look this up. Flash fabrication, this is self-explanatory. Compounds utilizes parallel nesting to assemble billions of simple structures in minutes or seconds. Years since flash fabrication's introduction, use of demand for nanomachines exploded. Scientists, doctors, and product designers have found brand new niches for them across every industry. Concerns about the ecological impact of this surge in nanomachine construction have been raised, though the official stance of the Nanolife Industrial Lobbying Group has remained unwavering. Nothing that small can possibly leave that big of an ecological footprint.
It's
Hey,
not possible.
microplastics? What about microplastic, guys? Hey, guys.
We forgot about microplastics in the last 40 years. It's okay.
We simply stopped worrying about it. Did we not have a thing for the centrifuge? We just got a thing for the centrifuge, didn't we?
No.
I
No, we never got one.
I thought we got
Maybe under evidence.
It wouldn't be under evidence, or would it? Oh, the chromofuge is under evidence. Machinery that processes organic fluids used in the production of warm androids, removes byproducts, impurities, and pigments from android blood, thereby changing its color from red to pink. Why is this under evidence?
There might be a fight as to. I think they're gonna think Sarah did it.
Possibly, maybe. Thanks for humoring me.
Can you have it step into the scanner?
As he says.
Understood.
Right then. What are we looking at here?
Hello.
Whoa. There's a lot to unpack here.
We theorize that it may have been Asher's pincushion.
A pincushion, huh? That would explain some of what I'm reading here.
What language is that on the screen?
Tess. You know, Tesseract. All noble products and... well, pretty much all products in a period are programmed in Tess.
Programming language. Yeah.
Actually, hey, do you want to let M have this? Another one?
Beep beep! Tesseract 4.6, better known as TESS, is the latest version of the Tesseract programming language, built on top of the Tenet system and utilized in industries around the globe to code the software that allows androids, robots, holograms, and more to react to their environment intelligently and with intention. At the start of the century, there was a much greater variety in the number of programming languages available with which to code. Globalization, the standardization of industry procedures, and the gradual erasure of many spoken tongues contributed to the loss of countless programming languages during the mid-21st century. Today, TESS is virtually unchallenged as the global lingua
franca.
Lingua franca programming language. The study and teaching of other older programming languages is mostly done for recreation, hobby, or digital archaeology.
They had like alluded to it, but yeah, they hard say it here where it's like, yeah, you know, just a lot of spoken tongues, kind of completely lost. I'm like,
We just lost half of all spoken languages or whatever in the middle of the 21st century. Don't worry about it.
Yep.
Easy to read and write. It's stay compliant. Now this model, what's it go by?
Sarah.
This Sarah model. Got everything the 16th line has, that's for sure. Organic skin, hybrid muscles, advanced facial processing and emoting. That's a lot of crammed in here that's still in development. Like, in the idea phases. Solar cell hair strands,
Oh my God,
decentralized
I forgot that.
redundant power, mental and physical overclocking with extended tolerances.
Forgot that she can literally photosynthesize.
I'm plant.
Data storage is so large, I can't... No. Wow. He had to measure it using...
Hell of
so
a
proud
poker
of herself.
face.
Wait. Decryption and signal hijacking. That's...
Hacking?
essentially.
Does that mean it could hack its own tenants? Hi.
Tenet. Showing results for Tenet Supersystem, a programming framework underlying the development of all modern automated dependent software. Any and all contemporary supported programming languages are built upon the Tenet system, allowing users to designate a series of inviolable priorities. Inviolable priorities for their code to pursue. Once added to a program, a tenet cannot be circumvented under any traditional circumstances, and even then, only if a tenet with a higher weight supersedes it. Tenets were first adopted in the field of computer science as a trio 3 priorities that governed how preserving human life, obeying human commands, and avoiding damage to human property should be prioritized. Since then, the number of supported tenets has ballooned to 113, most of them requested by lobbyists in the insurance industry looking for better define relative financial value. Tenets are well known for increasing the decision time lag of programming. This, combined with their engineered inflexibility, has made it such that most programmers aim for a tenet limit below 30. Originally, the one tenet that could not be removed from any program was TNT_safety 0, aka tenet 0 or tenet 1. Said tenet Sorry, I just almost choked on my own spit. Said tenet dictated that the following program could not produce outcomes that would result in harm to a living person. After the decision reached in People v. Volstance defense contractors, and the resulting widespread adoption of automated dependence in the military and security sectors, this is no longer required, though Tenet 0 may still be added to particularly benign or mundane software as a good luck charm, superstitious ritual, or joke. Asimov's 3 laws have extended to 113.
What's that?
Most people program in 30. And also people can get hurt by robots. Who gives a shit anymore?
Who needs Asimov's 3 tenets of robotics? We've got war robots now.
It's normal. I also really like the particular note that what's it called? Case was fucking defense contractors, by the way.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm sure they had the best thoughts in mind.
Does that mean it could hack its own tenants?
Oh no, that's unthinkable. Literally, for an ad. For an ad to break its tenants would be like you stepping into traffic or dropping a baby. Even if you're physically capable of it, it's not something you would ever choose to do.
Some people do walk into traffic. Psychotics, addicts, the mentally ill. Does that mean that there are androids?
Well, no. There aren't crazy androids, so yeah. I guess my analogy doesn't hold up.
That's okay. So it can't hack itself, but it was given the ability to hack other systems.
The industry line that such a capability could be an option in certain emergency scenarios. Breaking through the firewalls and encryption of surrounding extra electronics to broadcast directly to police or military channels. Speaking of military, this muscular and skeletal setup is drastic. I've never seen this on a consumer model.
Can you lift a car or something, Sarah?
Most cars. It would depend on the center of gravity.
Lady, this Sarah could wrestle a public disturbance walker and come out on top.
Those stomping behemoths they bring out for riot suppression? Of fucking course they have a massive fucking robot to bring out for riot suppression. Uh-huh.
Yay, big robot.
Big robot. In terms of computural ability, the estimate says that can't be right.
Look, Dawes, I was actually hoping you could tell me something about the software or the metadata. Who worked on it, and when?
Right. Okay. Well, that's unfortunate. The editing logs have been purged.
That doesn't sound very above the board.
Sorry. I can't tell you anything about who worked on Sarah or when.
Any chance you can restore those logs?
Not here. Not with this machine. I need the computers that were actually used for programming this model. Any ideas where those would be?
Sarah?
I cannot answer that question with any accuracy.
Had a feeling you might say that. Ads, right?
Sorry. I can tell you that the code is unique. There's hints out in the A16 in there. A few of the same conclusions. It's just Dr. Asher, whoever took very different paths to get there.
So Sarah has even less in common with every other android on the inside.
Sorry. Didn't expect them to hit a dead end here.
Not at all. You've been very helpful. Can we still get the registration done?
Yeah, no problem. We've got a software and forms all set up here. Occasionally, we let a new business hire partner bring one home fresh from the oven, you know?
Oven? Gross.
Alright. A few basic questions then. Who's going to be the official owner of this unit?
She is.
As it says, unless the will disagrees, it's my responsibility.
Right then. You fine with the designation, Sarah? You can set it into anything you like.
Well, actually... Never mind. Sarah will do fine.
Okay. This part's all standard. Civilian model, address, contact info I can get from your crumbs. Do you want to reset the to factory defaults, or could clear up a lot of quirks?
Not right now.
Last thing then. It's the grading. I'm reading 23 tenants here. Nothing too far out of the ordinary.
23. That's higher than I expected, talking with it. She seemed more malleable than that.
Don't blame yourself. Guessing tenant count from outward appearances has become a crapshoot. Not like it used to be. Used to be they only had 3 tenants total, and every unit had to have them. Then came the first accidents, and the first lawsuits, then the hearings, then the legislature.
And the demand for more tenants. A tenant making sure ads couldn't endanger the state. A tenant stating that ads wouldn't divulge private information without prior consent. There was a campaign calling for a tenant to weigh child and adult lives equally during risk assessment. There was a campaign calling for a tenant to do the opposite.
Companies wanted their asses covered. Customers wanted guarantees. There was never much incentive to deny a requested tenant, so the list just ballooned until the military entered the market in full force.
You sound like you don't approve.
I wouldn't go that far. They needed their ads to be able to pull the trigger when ordered to, without clearing 5,000 lines of bloated, hard-coded decision points to get there. I get that. But since the armies are the only ones using tech with bare minimum tenants, well, the best. Less cluttered, more elegant code isn't only used for war games. It's not very romantic. Well, none like I was on the jury.
Department of Advanced Defense Projects vs. Zenith Dynamics. The Supreme Court sided with the military's requests and set a new precedent that every other army around the world would race to meet, changing tenants from a mandated list at the root of every ad source code to a choose-your-own checklist.
It's funny. Ads with the most tenants, they're so locked up and you can't even have a conversation with them. And outside, in the armed forces, the only ads with single-digit tenants and tenant counts are just vacuuming floors. The most impressive ones, like what you got here, fall somewhere in the middle. Sorry, went on a tangent there. Only thing left is the evaluation.
What gets evaluated?
Total financial worth for insurance purposes. Yeah, the insurance companies made sure we had very accurate algorithms for this. No room for human error, they insisted, with no sense of irony. Wow. I mean, I knew it was custom, but...
What price could they have possibly? That's a lot of digits.
You should know. These formulae are pretty conservative with their estimates. Stingy, even.
If Sarah's really David's last greatest work, they say some things are priceless. But when you force an insurance algorithm to pick a number...
Try not to get any scratches on it, I guess.
I really want to see the valuation.
Do we want to see it?
Do they pick a number?
Evaluation of the android Sarah's financial value by an insurance algorithm takes into account the fact that Sarah is the only known android made by David Asher, the last known piece of tech he worked on, the fact that he is now deceased and cannot create any more, the fact that Sarah is one of a kind, the value of the components used in her construction, and the potential profits reaped from the experimental technology contained within her, totals to a very large sum. Damn, I was hoping for a number.
Yeah, I was hoping for a number too.
Oh. Hey,
You've been getting
wait a
evidence
minute.
this whole time.
No.
Yeah.
No. Shit, it doesn't say it. It doesn't say it. The components that that we noted out, right, when this was presented to us, pretty much the exact same components that were listed out for what consisted of the nanomachines as well. I mean, granted, it's
Some
building
metals
blocks.
were noted. So
Some metals were noted. You're right. You're right.
There is a chance it was something to do with nanomachines, but
Yeah.
you'd have to get like really specific about nanomachines.
What
to
the
get
hell
into that.
happened? Yeah.
Nanomachine, son.
You spoke differently back there.
Hmm?
With Doss, you spoke like he did, it seemed.
Like I copied his accent.
You seemed to mirror his effect, his tone.
It's called being friendly. What's your point?
It was just an observation.
You can choose to keep those to yourself, you know? No tenant required.
Why were you so concerned about registering me in the first place, Adonai?
For the same reason I wouldn't drive around in a car without a license plate. Any cop, or even just a well-placed camera, could have spotted your barcode and seen that it wasn't set up with any actual data.
And then they would have arrested me, and then they would have thrown me in the slammer.
No, they would have arrested me and put you in an evidence locker.
An android can't get arrested.
People get arrested, property gets seized, and then smashed. Great, you put us over the weight limit.
I did no such.
Oh,
Morgan, Counselor, your presence has been requested on the upper floors.
Who is asking?
Vice President of Android Futures, Helen Jung.
oh fuck.
Shouldn't have assumed I still had the opening move. Tell her I'll be right up.
I'll redirect your elevator now.
Taking control of your elevator is very
Convenient.
forceful. As if Noble is trying to directly steer your investigation.
If Noble wanted to shut me down, they wouldn't bother to be subtle.
I suppose they could simply refuse to cooperate.
Or just let the elevator drop. That was cool. 3:54 p.m., July 1st, 2086. Noble Electronics, Northeastern Headquarters. Executive Office. Young.
Oh,
Hello.
hello.
Right. Speaking first is a sign of weakness, is it? And here I thought I could avoid wading into the swamp of corporate pretend power dynamics. Feel we have to, right?
Well, I want to see what she says if you just fucking stare at her like a
Fair,
little freak.
fair. Silence is only awkward if you care. I can ignore social cues all day long. Would you like this one?
I can take another one if you like. I feel like I'm taking a lot of characters, but I don't mind.
You
If
haven't
no one
taken
else
a
wants them.
You have not taken a character today.
I haven't taken a new character, you're right. I just have 4 of them now.
What is the likelihood this one ends up in the scene with the others? Oh wait, no.
Who's to
Courtroom.
say?
Courtroom. Literally courtroom.
All right, fine. I can do this. It's okay. It's okay. What's the likelihood that
Well, it's fine. M can
I only
probably
have two?
handle it,
I only have
too.
2 characters so far. I
can
think,
do-
right?
I can. Who's doing the aunt again?
Who's doing who?
Remember
The aunt?
the aunt we were texting with? Weren't you doing
Oh yeah,
her
I
too?
I did
Yeah,
her.
that was
I did
her.
her. All right, I forgot about
Yeah.
her. So technically 3. Okay,
I always liked this time of day.
not too muggy for you.
No, I never liked a clear blue sky. It always seemed cold to me.
You're in luck. The sky gets more colorful every year.
As the air quality drops. Childish, isn't it? Marveling at the small sheen of rainbow dancing on the surface of a massive oil spill. Apologies for waxing poetic. It's been a very unusual 24 hours around here.
Dr. Young.
Just miss is fine.
Young, or maybe Young or Jung. I want to go with a bit of a Y sound on it, but
I probably would have given it a bit of a Y sound if
Yeah.
it hadn't been pronounced with a hard J first.
Miss Young, I get the feeling you didn't bring me up here to talk about the weather. Let's check her out. December 9th? Okay, Vice President of Android Futures at Noble Electronics, likes red meat, flower gardens, high thread counts. Working from home, shopping online, waiting. Fluent in 3 languages, enjoys attending baseball games. Hidden talent of getting children to stop crying. Striking fear in them, or actually being comforting. We'll see.
We will see. No, I brought you up here to express my condolences. I'm very sorry for your loss.
Thank you. No, I could say the same. I know you and David worked together for many years.
Yes, we did. But as much as I'd like to just drop everything and process, the company wheels don't stop spinning for anything. Or anyone. Was Dawes of any help?
She sent him, trying to be helpful, or just trying to control the narrative. He was great, but that must mean you know why I'm here.
I don't want to make assumptions.
No need. I'll be explicit. I'm here as an officer of the courts, which means I'm bound by law to document every rock I turn over, and every person I speak to.
Yes. The lawyers made that all very clear.
Lawyers.
You have an android. It's not one of ours.
Weren't we thinking that she worked with Asher, though?
She's high corporate. Hey, you know whose information would probably get blacked out?
You can tell that quickly. Got all the faces memorized?
It's easy enough to remember the major archetypes we use, yes.
If you're nuts about your work, maybe. It's a recent acquisition. Very recent, in fact. One of David's last requests, apparently.
David asked you to take it? I've been told that you've been to David's estate already.
The police gave me full access to the scene.
Then you know that he wasn't alone last night.
Yes, there was a single witness who met with him and called emergency services when he fainted. Yep.
I was
Yep.
that witness.
Me when I know.
Really? Obviously. There aren't that many people David bothered meeting with in person, let alone welcoming them into his home and offering them a drink. I also knew that Young is his superior, on paper, if not in fame. And I knew that the witness had Executive Plan 3 insurance, so they had to be higher up than David. Well then, do your lawyers know we're having this conversation?
Of course. They're pulling their hair out about it as we speak.
I can't imagine why. The police cleared you. And you were well within your rights to ask for some privacy, given the high-profile nature of all that's happened. So why call me up here? Why cut through all the red tape your lawyers painstakingly hid you behind?
Eventually, you, some clever lawyer like you, would get the record opened. Though, through legal means or otherwise. The company's enemies are legion, and they have a prying knife for every occasion.
Still, that would have taken time. Time you could use to get ahead of what could be the biggest PR hurdle Nova's ever seen.
Touche.
And
So, perhaps the truth of the matter is that I simply didn't want to hide. David was my colleague for several years. If I were in your shoes, I would have questions as well.
you're doing this for my sake.
No, my reasons are purely selfish. I'm only hoping that talking to someone whose job isn't to defend me from all consequences might prove therapeutic.
If she wants to play confessional, that's fine by me. But is that really all that's going on here? Why don't you start from the beginning then? You went to his home last night.
Yes, at around 7:30 p.m. The building's penumbra captured all of that quite clearly.
He fell ill around 8 p.m., so you spent half an hour together. Why the late call in person?
We had an intense discussion yesterday afternoon. David never came in on Saturdays, and I didn't want to spend the weekend glaring at him through screens, so I visited, and he let me in, and we talked.
About?
The good old days, if you can believe that. Back when we were both new to the company, eager to make a name for ourselves.
How long ago was that?
7 or 8 years ago?
Miss Young.
Putting a number on it, it doesn't sound that long ago, but it feels... We spent a while like that, just talking. He was lively and sharp, and I never would have thought that a few minutes later...
That he would be dead.
that he would commit suicide in front of me.
A firm reply. What happened?
8:15, he said he wanted to toast. He got up, walked back into his workshop, and then he must have went down into his basement to get us a bottle. I checked some messages in the meantime. Enjoyed the view.
In other words, she stayed on camera.
He came back with a bottle of whiskey and 2 plastic cups. We drank and talked. He got quieter, spoke less. I thought he was just getting drunk. I didn't get worried until he started to fall asleep.
You tried to wake him.
He wasn't responding. I tried to shake him awake, but he didn't seem... I left him and ran to the kitchen to use the security system.
Didn't think to use your phone.
No. I suppose I didn't. But it worked out. The Penumbra's emergency protocol summoned a VTOL straight to his helipad with 1 button press. When I returned to the parlor, he was limp. I moved him to the floor as delicately as I could. He had a heartbeat, but I just did what I could until they arrived.
You went with them to the hospital, I take it?
Yes, they insisted. They checked my vitals and ran a tox screen, which came back clean.
So did David's, for all the good it did him.
I wasn't paying close attention to what they were saying at that point, but I'm sure they ran through every step of the CCE SOP. That's what they're paid to do.
You seem certain that it was suicide.
Yes.
Why?
As I said, he got quieter as the time passed, and he spoke less. But the last thing he said to me, the last clear thing he said, was that he was happy ending it here. Said he was content. And he downed his glass after that. He drank every last drop. Does that sound like David Asher to you?
Curious, restless, perfectionist David? No, I guess it doesn't. God, I love this game's writing.
Man.
I do not believe with an ounce of my body that she did it. Because it would be too fucking obvious, right? It feels way too obvious if she in fact did it.
But then who did?
It might have just been a suicide, right? But why is the question. You said CCE standard operating procedure a moment ago. What is that?
CCE stands for Counter Corporate Espionage, which is just industry doublespeak for corporate espionage. Only used in self-defense, you understand.
So Noble anticipates employees at your level getting poisoned?
They give us all kinds of CCE training. Subtly, of course. Usually disguised on the itinerary as leadership workshops or psychiatric evaluations.
They train you to expect to get murdered at these leadership workshops?
Murder is fairly rare at our level. More likely they'll want us too sick to work. Let us drain company resources in a hospital bed while our position sits vacant.
That's smart. Like snipers purposefully avoiding vital areas to strain the enemy's medical resources.
That's terrible. Like snipers purposely avoiding vital areas in order to strain the enemy's medical resources.
Oh, that goes hard. That goes hard as fuck, actually. That goes hard, oh my god. They think the same way, just for very different reasons.
That's nothing compared to when they want to turn an asset. Feel ill for the rest of your life with an undiagnosable malady. Or become our mole and we'll send you the antidote every 2 weeks.
That's a nasty piece of work.
It's a nasty line of work. Consulting.
I'm sorry?
That's just what they call it. Can't exactly put corporate spy on your CV.
So every consultant I met at a cocktail party was actually...
It depends. Did they say that they're consultants? Or did they say they were in consulting?
How the hell am I supposed to remember? So do your people think that what happened to David was a deliberate attack?
Noble's competitors have been trying to get to David for years. And that's the timescale their plans operate on. If this was an attack from a rival corporation, the company would have seen it coming. And they'd probably have struck first.
I've been curious about this ever since I saw the scene. Why the plastic cups?
There's a story there. David and I got hired around the same time, under similar circumstances. Headhunted while finishing our higher education. During recruiting, the company claimed to want us badly, but in practice, our actual authority was...
Inexperienced, overpaid. You must have been extremely unpopular.
You don't mince words. We didn't either, back then. We were loudly trying to convince our superiors that the entire sales model for androids was antiquated and self-defeating.
The two of them made the one-point doctrine. That's not the story I've heard in Noble commercials and Noble-sponsored media. And come to think of it, it's not a story I've ever heard from David himself.
We had this deadline. Self-imposed, but still a deadline. We wanted to get our pitch to the president of international sales by end of day.
This is still you.
I think that's still you.
Yeah.
Yeah. 7 p.m. rolls around and people start filtering out.
I do love the way that they change, like, they swap up the way that things are presented to especially keep, like, the reader interested, right? Like, they're jingling keys in a different manner and all. It's a neat little subtle play.
Jingling keys.
David still has his head buried in diagrams and sales figures. Imagine a technical man like him, a programmer, trying to make a sales pitch. The clock hits 9 and even the zombies start heading home. I turn to David, tell him that it's not going to happen. We're nowhere near finished, and the day's long since been over. He looked at me like I'm the only other person on a sinking boat, and I've just stopped pitching water. And he says,
You-
President lives on the other side of the globe. We've still got all night until his end of day. We wrapped up at 4 in the morning. Just us and the cleaning staff. Back then, only half of them were ads. He finally sends the message, and I'm ready to collapse. I've got nothing. We stared blankly at his inbox for the next 40 minutes, hoping that the harsh light would give us the energy to work through the next day. And we got a response. It wasn't long, but it showed he was interested. I had been turned down so many times before then, ignored and placated, passed up and ghosted. Together, David and I, we had finally gotten a win. So David asks if I have anything to drink. I've got a bottle of some swill in a cabinet at my desk, but he doesn't want to drink from the bottle. Says he wants to toast. So we sat there at 5:19 in the morning, toasting awful vodka to one another in cups we grabbed from the break room.
Can we talk about how the cups legit look like they took actual images of solo
They do.
cups and then like
It's
put a
awesome.
filter on them? Like those actually look like solo cups that they then put a filter on to fit in the game.
Toasting our first victory against the corporate beast. Between the lack of sleep and the drinking, the next day at work was hell.
Sounds like a good memory.
Plastic stuff? Plastic cups and liquor. That was our little ritual. So I didn't think twice when he presented me with my cup. It was ceremony for us.
As VP of Android Futures, you're David's superior, aren't you?
That's correct.
Didn't you join the company at around the same time?
David was always more interested in his work than he was in climbing the ladder. He didn't like playing the corporate politics game.
So was he unpopular around here?
Not unpopular, no, but the great Dr. David Asher. Misunderstood, perhaps.
How so?
He could be blunt, demanding, some might say.
Uh-huh.
He wasn't trying to be, it's just...
Blin said that he had to go early.
All good. No worries, no worries.
Not everyone could work at the same pace as he did, for as long as he did.
All good. We'll probably be finding a stopping point here after this scene anyways.
Yeah, I was thinking.
Even with the whole company huffing those inhalers, they couldn't keep pace with David. Speaking of which, I don't see any at Jung's desk. Maybe it's just not something you leave out in the open, at her level. So you would say that his work-life balance was...
Balance implies that there are two odds. The two are at odds with one another. We use work-life harmony here at the company.
fascinating. So was he in harmony?
No. David always had plenty of suitors, but he was never willing to put the time in. But I'm sure you're more knowledgeable than I am on that subject.
Right. Gape? Gape?
Sorry.
All good,
sorry.
it's okay.
What do you mean?
I had to help him draft a lot of apology notes over the years for misunderstandings and double bookings.
Scandalous.
Oh my god. Double booking your dates by accident, oh my god. The A16 only entered production this year, correct?
Correct. Pre-orders started last holiday, and we began shipping in the first quarter.
I understand that you were instrumental in the success of Warm Androids.
I played my part supervising the launch, yes.
War.
Killing.
Weren't you the one who designed serotonin, the factor that enabled the communication between synthetic and organic parts?
I'm surprised you've heard of that. I did lead that project, yes. But that was a year ago. Or even years ago. I can't read. At the time, synatonin was little more than a novelty, a dead end. It wasn't until David took the reins on the A16 that we found a use for it.
Took the reins.
He was the lead programmer on limb coordination, facial expression, exhaustion parameters. And he designed the synthetic nerves that made all of that possible.
David did all of that. That's a lot more than just programming. Was he always so gifted in that many fields? Did he fill those roles in the A14 or A15?
No. He used to stick steadfast to his role as a software architect. That was his field of expertise, and he didn't wander far. But 2 or 3 years back, he started sitting in on other departments, taking notes. Soon, he was joining the discussion, proposing new ideas. And eventually, they came to follow his lead.
Just like that.
Just like that.
So he just applied himself and soon he was leading other departments?
That's the kind of genius that Dr. David Asher was.
Maybe they weren't paying him enough.
The company profited on the most, of course, but the entire industry benefited from his vision and leadership. His loss will be felt for years.
So this android, Sarah. Even Dawes couldn't find any real details on where it came from.
It's not in any of our systems.
I'm afraid not. Did David ever talk to you or anyone else at the company about a pet project?
Pet?
No, he never gave me any indication like
For
that.
goddamn puffed cheeks.
And if he didn't talk to me about it, I seriously doubt he confided in anyone else at the company. David didn't trust anyone higher on the chain than himself, and anyone below him. Frankly, they couldn't possibly hope to give him advice.
He never mentioned me.
No, never.
Androids don't come cheap. You never heard about him requisitioning parts or resources? There were never any discrepancies with his company credit card?
The company's accountants are mirthless, even by industry standards. They wouldn't humor anybody. Not even David Asher. If they had ever detected financial discrepancies, there would have been an uproar loud enough you could hear it from the mailroom.
You have a mailroom?
Oh no!
Not since
Oh no!
30s, just a figure of speech.
Oh no!
Her
So
smile and
excited.
optimism gone.
So excited to experience the mailroom. How could you crush Sarah like this? He couldn't have taken resources from the company without leaving a record.
So David must have had her watching a lot of old movies or something for her to like have autism while wanting to experience a mail run.
I love Sarah,
I know.
my critter.
Little creature! We love Sarah in this house. But no one would deny Dr. David Asher information. He would have been able to obtain all the necessary data to build his own android. Then, with enough time and money, he could privately purchase the raw materials himself.
I don't understand it. It must have taken him years to build Sarah. He wasn't doing anything illegal. Except the hacking stuff. So why keep it secret?
I don't know. But he was private and a perfectionist. Perhaps he simply wasn't proud of his results.
Could be. Well, thanks for taking the time to talk to me. I'm sure this has been a difficult day for you.
A difficult day for all of us.
Message from Fran. I'm running out of leads to chase. The brat better have good news.
Are you really going to take this to court?
And that's my plan. The circumstances may be irregular, but I'm still defending a client from a criminal charge. It's my responsibility to argue that he's not guilty of what he's been accused of.
And is that what you believe? That he didn't commit suicide?
I guess I haven't decided what I believe. I think that's
Right.
a good place to call. I think that's a perfect place to call it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
agree.
God fucking damn this game.
God.
Like, holy fucking shit. That works properly? Yes, okay, cool. Alright, yeah, we save here, we save here.
You already did.
We already did. See, autos. Oh, yep, that was from, gotcha. Nope, that was from, like, the beginning, before starting the chapter. God fucking damn, what a stellar game. Oh, this is such an interesting chapter, and I love the pacing of it so much. Especially, like I said it last stream, but it being a more personal type thing is so neat. Yeah, my god. Holy shit. This is such a stellar game. I cannot get over this. I don't think we'll be able to play next week just because I know Emma's busy with one thing and it's Blinn will be dealing with birthday stuff next week, so we'll be taking an off week next week. Or like finding a different day to do it, but unsure about that one.
Yeah.
Probably taking an off week. But I feel we reached the solid, if not the halfway point, maybe like the 2/3 point. We'll see. But god damn this game. Like,
God damn this game.
I just keep being more and more impressed with how the writing goes. Everything is just really fantastic. Just very much impressed with it. Also, chat, has the game audio been doubled? Tits, why, Tits, where the fuck are you? Where the fuck are you? I can't know these things. Tits shouldn't be.
I feel like if I was, I probably would have said something already.
Yeah, Yobi's probably would have mentioned something. Yobi's is usually good about that. Sometimes Twitch integrated throwing system will show it playing the same audio as the game every now and then, but there was no double audio. Okay, cool. It should be fine then. Yeah, I cannot get over this game. It's like perfect fucking glass of wine. It just, ooh, taking it slow is great. Very keen on this kind of stuff. Yeah, I would have hoped that somebody would have mentioned it to me if that was a problem. Yeah, goddamn. I just extremely satisfied. The pacing of it is just absolutely, like, continually fantastic. Can't let anything get in the way of the peak, yeah. Also, yeah, you did very good with that voice. Very good with that voice. I'm like, we need to give you a slightly... You have fail girl. You have fail girl but cop. You have fail girl but, like, secretary. There was a fourth one in there.
4 voices I can do. I'm running out of voices. But I will persevere.
I feel we might have hit your... well, we haven't reached a silly voice yet, right?
I haven't been silly. I've mostly been lower in my register. I haven't done a lot of higher ones.
Yeah,
I haven't done any silly accents yet.
Yeah.
That's what you're looking for.
Yeah, no, you did fantastic with this gal's voice. Really good. I love that we're, like, making good progress on this. We have ideas. I don't think we have anything fucking firm on what the hell to do, right?
I got no clue where this case is going.
Yeah, I don't fucking know. Not at all.
We've got evidence we can look at least.
We have evidence, but I just don't feel like fully confident to like push any particular like narrative yet.
Yeah, yeah. It'll be interesting to see. I doubt, unless like we're going, because we have at least one more dialogue we're doing before the case, right? We have at least one more, which is with this musician. But yeah, I feel we either finish this next stream or we finish it in 2 streams, right? But we will see. We will see. But
We'll see how long they work with this. Honestly, I straight up don't know.
Yeah, I am very impressed with it so far, and just excited to see where things go. Just continually hitting well. Right. I'm gonna start finding someone to raid. It feels as though you're halfway done. It feels as it definitely feels we've reached the halfway point, right? At
Yeah,
least the
sure.
halfway point.
I think it will.
I think the way that we've decided it is that the pause point is going to be when we get into the debate time, right? Whatever that looks like. Once we get to the debate time, that's going to be where we stop stream, right? Like right before it. Because we know there's a decent amount of wrap up after the case, like there was in chapter 0, right?
I feel like it'll depend. Like if we have one whole conversation next time and then like, all right, now we're going to court.
Yeah.
Then I don't think you'd want to cut stream there. But...
Yeah, if we're like
I think that might be what's gonna happen because what's it called? The kid, what's it called? No, Morgan was like, we're running out of leads to chase.
This
so
is
I
our
think
last
we're getting
one, right?
towards that conclusion. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel we're gonna be awkward thing where it's either like next stream will be the finale stream and that'll be like a 6-hour stream, or we split it up somehow. We will play it by ear. We'll play it by ear. If we reach like the 3-hour mark and the case hasn't started yet, then like we can confidently be like, okay, we can pause here. We can do this next time, right?
We'll figure it out.
We will figure it out. And war. Oh, we do have all the extra stuff. Actually, that's a fantastic point. We do have all the extra stuff.
We do.
We do. Well, I mean, it very much depends on how things divide up, but we gotta see. We definitely gotta see. We have so much to dig into. Let's see. Do I want to raid a cowgirl friend of mine? Should I raid gothic butterfly lady? Oh, what am I feeling? I haven't rated either of them in a minute. Someone brought up a Next Fest game that was made in the same universe. Oh, like by the same team? What? It was a while ago? Are you not seeing anything else from this team on the list? I'll look at the Discord for it and see. But yeah. Do we want to rate someone playing Stardew Valley, or do we want to rate someone playing Marvel Rivals?
That's up to chat.
What do you feel like, chat?
The first is Cowgirl VTuber. The other is like Gothic Butterfly themed VTuber. Not actual Butterfly Monster Girl, unfortunately, but still cute.
What's the point?
She still has a cute model regardless.
No, I'm poking fun.
Tomorrow is gonna be
sleepy.
The chat blogs don't go back far enough. I can look at it. Yeah, I think we all need a good day of rest. Tomorrow's gonna be fucking peak because we get a nice, fun, big Among Us session that I'm looking forward to.
I have commissions tomorrow.
Yeah,
Among Us.
We're gonna have at least 10 people involved in tomorrow's Among Us stream, and I'm very much looking forward to it. But yeah, and Gabe might be there if Gabe's feeling okay, but otherwise Gabe will be resting. And Em might be there if familial events are, who knows, whatever the hell happens.
Yippee!
Yippee! Hooray! But yeah,
maybe their work cooperates.
I
Maybe
am
if
going to take a much needed rest, and yeah, we're looking forward to getting back to this in about 2 weeks. But for now, please make sure that y'all rest well, and I will talk to y'all later. I go eat me. Good night, good night, good night.
See ya, chat.
See ya!